What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we are back here in the basement with finally the start of the game after a rain delay. The New York Mets versus the New York Yankees in the Subway Series from Citi Field. The Yankees taking game one yesterday, 7-6, and amongst two teams that can't score anything, right? So, but they certainly could score against each other last night. So that's what's important there, right? So anyway, here we are right now getting this going. Just still getting set up here as we're starting out. And we'll see what happens here. Verlander's on the mound with an atrocious 4.85 ERA. I don't know where that came from this season, but I mean, the Mets had to get rid of Jacob deGrom for sure. Had to get rid of deGrom. Had to, because he was just injured all the time, even though the guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And that's what we're looking at right now with him. But Verlander has not come through just yet for the Mets. So sometimes teams know when they're getting rid of a pitcher, a star pitcher like these guys, they know what they're doing. Flex, first cellar dweller, first Ozzy accounted for. Flex in the basement. What's going on, Flex? Texas, another cellar dweller accounted for. Texas is in the basement. What's up, Texas? OG basement warrior, OG dweller, Mr. Marine. In the basement, Mr. Marine, what's happening, brother? Mick, another Ozzy accounted for, another cellar dweller accounted for. Mick, in the basement, what's going on, guys? Stanton. Jake Bowers, excuse me. Oh, Tommy Pham caught that. Bowers almost had a shot down the line. Yankees need to take this game. Last night was one crazy game, was it not? One crazy game. Two teams that had such a hard time struggling to score runs, man. And now the Mets are missing Pete Alonso and the Yankees missing Aaron Judge. And these two teams can't do anything, it seems, without these guys, man. And I'm not saying that I'm not being biased, more so the Mets than the Yankees have had a big problem this year with this. And here comes up Giancarlo Stanton, who has the most home runs in Citi Field as an active player right now. So, and he hit one last night in his first at bat off Scherzer. Let's see if he can do it off of Verlander tonight. So we got Cellar Dweller Night, guys. Cellar Dweller Night. The Unicorn will be showing up, and Gerdini, OG Gerdini. I told you guys I'll start letting people on. The OG's got first dibs. Gerdini asked last night if he could be on with me and Lou. So sure enough, I told him he could. I sent him the link already, so he should be on soon. And the Unicorn should be on soon. So here we are, man. Here we are. Today I decided to wear my New York Yankee all-star getup, that Mrs. Basement. Rock, the basement boss. Got me for my birthday last year, man. This nice all-star getup that the New York Yankees had last summer. So it's really cool to be wearing this. I love this outfit. Who we got? How are you, JB? Hope you had a good day. Yeah, Flex, I had a really good day, man. We got the grandkids here, man. We had a great day. Great day today. Cullen, another cellar dweller, another Ozzy accounted for. Cullen in the basement. And Flex, by the way, how you feeling, man? You feeling better? Everything coming along for you a little bit better than this, man? Sorry to hear what happened to you, man. Hopefully you're on the mend as well, bro. Mr. Marine, Judge is going to be out for a long time. I say until August. Really? Oh, the Yankees are done. Stanton's really got to step it up then, man, with the bat. If you're going to be out till August, holy crap. He banged into that wall. Anybody that hasn't seen it, man, he banged into that wall, man. And he's an all-out player. Can't fault him for that, man. He's not a guy that's got a lot of money now and highest paid player. Well, one of the highest paid players. And now he's going to pull back. No, he plays an all-out game. And that's what you're supposed to do. Play an all-out game. Mick, day one of 2 days off, was watching the latest Front Bar. Oh, I love that show. I learn a lot watching the Front Bar, man. A lot. Well, Stanton just struck out. So that's 2 outs now. Manav, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Manav's in the basement. Lockport, another OG cellar dweller. Back in the basement. Let's go. Let it go. Josh Donaldson up, man, our $25 million a year, man, with batting 143. I know he missed time. I'm just saying. Flex, daughter had her school concert last, sitting there, killed my back, but she killed it. So happy for her. That's awesome, man. hey, man, watching your kids doing the great things and doing the right things, man, will always make you feel better, man. That's what it's all about. The kids, man. Watch them grow up, Flex, because it happens fast, man. Happens fast. All of our kids are adults now, Rock and I. So happens fast, and you get the grandkids and everything else, man. So it's good. That is awesome, Flex. So congratulations, man. Flex again, not having too much improvement. Collapsed earlier, got out of bed too fast. I don't mean, it sounds like you're 90 when you say something like that. Got out of bed too fast and fell. I know you're having issues, man. I'm not laughing at you personally. It's just the way you put that. It sounds kind of funny. Good stuff, Flex. That's awesome. Mr. Marine, awesome. Flex Jordan. Cullen, love the front bar. Yeah, that is a good show. I really enjoying that. That was part of the Watch AFL app too, man. I get to see that show, so I like it a lot as well. Mick, back troubles are a pain. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. 3-2, full count on Josh Donaldson. Finally, this game got going. There was a rain delay for about a half an hour, 40 minutes. So that's why we started so late today, man. So it's going to be interesting, man. I can't wait to see Gardini and Lou on here together. That should be a lot of fun. Wow, Josh still fouling off. Verlander in the first inning already has 22 pitches. You know what I find funny about this pitch count? 100 pitches is usually the staple for where they take pitches out. That's like, hey, man, he's got to do 100 pitches already. We got to take him out. They're getting that fast. This pitch clock makes these guys have to pitch one after the other after the other. Oh, Josh just lost his bat and struck out and flung the bat. Not on purpose. It's just the way it happened. Anyway, Josh Donaldson struck out. Mets coming up to bat. Flex, 33 in 7 days, far from 90. Oh, man. First hurt my back during basic when I was 17, had issues with it ever since, managed to nearly do 8 years of service, but they gave me the boot because of it. Did they really? Did you get benefits from it at least? If they had, what is that, like a discharge under medical conditions? I don't know the proper terms. Is it under general conditions? Or it would be under medical conditions. So you must get some, I don't know how it works in Australia, but I would assume you get some coverage, right, for your insurance? How is the insurance? How does that work over there? Over here, it's a pain in the neck. Mick, ouch, Flex. Is it a herniated disc? Oh, please. Guys, anybody in the basement that's new, subscribe, bell notice, and everybody, hit that like button. Keep this basement rolling. Keep it rolling. Let's see what's up with the Lunicorn. All right, he should be on soon. I just texted him. Anyway, guys, Mr. Marine, Johnny, what do you think the Rangers are going to do with Laffy, Miller, and some other players? They got to keep Lafreniere, man. You don't give up. You got to keep Keandre, and you got to keep Laffy, Mr. Marine. You can't give up on these kids so soon. You can't give up on them so soon. You're an older guy like myself, Mr. Marine. Guy Lafleur, remember him? He started out really slow, man, really slow, and came around. I would hate to see them give up Lafreniere. I still can't get over that they gave up Buchnevich, Pavel Buchnevich. They gave him up. What did we get back? Sammy Blaze? Sammy Blaze back on St. Louis, man. I wish we never gave up Buchnevich, man. I cannot believe Drury traded him away. He gave him away for nothing, man. Sammy Blay didn't do anything for us. And look at Buchnevich over there, man. The guy's killing it. He's killing it with St. Louis. A regular starter getting regular goals, man. Don't give up Lafreniere. Don't give up Keandre Miller. That kid is a great defenseman, man. Young guy. I would say you got to keep him, man. Got to keep him. I like the Laviolette hire. That was the right thing to do. You had to hire an experienced coach. We went over this yesterday. But you had to hire an experienced coach. Maybe Mark Messier takes the job one day down the road. Great leader, great captain, the whole nine. But you can't have an inexperienced coach coming in to coach. You can't. I know they were looking at Patrick Waugh for a minute. He's another fiery coach, but he had problems with his last teammate, Joe Sakic. They won the cup together, but apparently they had some issues back and forth about how the team should be run. Remember that? And Patrick Waugh quit on the Avalanche, and I think that's why he was bounced from this. I don't know why with Laviolette. He had 2 interviews, and it still took a minute for them to hire him. It's almost like Drury was waiting for somebody else. But you can't wait too long. You can't wait too long. Someone else will snatch him up. So you had to go with the experienced guy. Laffy and Keandre, you got to take them, man. You got to keep them. You got to keep that youth. Well, we got Garrett Cole on the mound today, man. Let's see what he can do. Brandon Nimmo's up. Last night he hit a leadoff home run. Remember that? Bomber Bond. Another got the new name in there. Threw your Bombers in there, no doubt. Bomber Bond. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Another Ozzy in the basement. Specky, that like button on the way into the basement. Specky, the greatest play in sports, not just the AFL. In sports, that is what sold me on the AFL, and I tell you that, the guys, all the time. All right, it's full count on Nimmo. Nimmo fouls that ball up. Nimmo's hitting 286 on the year. Garrett Cole's having a great year on the mound. Great year on the mound. We need a big win out of him. The only team that owns him is the Red Sox. The Red Sox, as much as I hate to say it, they own Garrett Cole. And the last time he pitched against them, he pitched great. We didn't have any offense. We scored 7 runs last night, couldn't get anything over the weekend against the Red Sox. Nimmo's fouled that back. So already Nimmo has a 7-pitch at bat going. 7 pitches already. Raleigh, OG cellar dweller, another basement warrior in the basement. Another former Marine, Raleigh in the basement. What's up, Raleigh? Good to see you in here, man. Mick, at least you got out of the basement. At least you got out of the basement. Oh, great pick on Monday. Oh, I know what you guys are talking about now. You totally lost me there. Mr. Marine, Ding Laffy is a bust, but JS Rangers have to win now because they have. Yeah, they have to win now. They have to win now. I don't want to call Lafreniere a bust just yet, but figures we get a top-ranked guy coming out and in the draft, and he's underperforming. I'll give you that, Mr. Marine. I could see. Oh, Cole struck him out. The Yankees are 39-29, and the Mets are 31-36. Both teams have huge problems on offense, but somehow the Yankees. Aaron Judge came back. The Yankees took off. Pete Alonso missing is a monster hole in their batting order. Starling Marte for the Mets. He also needs to start picking it up. Garrett Cole has 59 strikeouts this year on his fastball alone. That's the most in baseball. Here's Starling Marte now, who has a .257 batting average, 3 home runs and 18 ribs. He's got to pick it up. Marte is a great ball player. He's definitely better than what he's been showing. Rangers have to win now, Mr. Marine. I agree with you. They have to win now. That's why getting Laviolette was the right move. It's the right move. And the Ranger fans are saying, oh, well, he's only 1-3 in the Cup. Listen, he won the Stanley Cup in 2006 with the Hurricanes. He lost in 2010 with the head coach of the Flyers. He lost in 2010 to who? The Blackhawks, Patrick Kane and Taves and Corey Crawford and Brent Seabrook and company. He lost to them. They went on to win 3 cups. No, there's no shame there. And then he took the Predators with PK Subban, Pekka Ryan in net, and they went on and played who? Malkin, Crosby, Letang. I mean, they lost that too. Marc-Andre Fleury in net. Another mini dynasty team, 3-time champions there. So, I mean, come on. He didn't lose to some scrubs in there, man. So I think it's a great hire. It's a great hire. And if you're going to get rid of Gallant after he had 2 great seasons, I understand he didn't make in-game adjustments very well in the playoffs, and that was his demise. It was the right hire, man. It was the right hire. So they have to win now. Absolutely. Bomber Bond, Mick, you had Collingwood was due for a bad game. You know what's funny? And I almost tipped Melbourne. I almost tipped Melbourne. There you go. Another strikeout for Cole. I almost tipped Melbourne because I felt the same way. Sooner or later, the winning streak's got to end. It's got to end. I think the last time they had lost was to the Brisbane Lions. So it was an 8-game winning streak, right? They came in with, so you knew it had to end. Just like, some weeks I'm tempted. Some weeks I'm tempted to pick North Melbourne. The Kangaroos, remember way back when they started 2-0? They lose every week, but eventually they got to win one, right? Eventually they got to win one. So I'm tempted to pick the Roos every round. The last couple of rounds, I'm tempted to pick them feeling like, hey, they might pull one out. But I haven't done it because they're losing all the time. I'm tipping your Blues, by the way. I believe I tipped your Blues this week. Oh, Bagger Dave's not in here yet, is he? OG Dweller Gardini. Johnny sent you an email. I don't know if something isn't working. Hold on. Everybody hold on. Hold on. I'll send it again, Gardini. Hold on, man. Everybody hang tight. Trying to get Gardini on. Hang tight. I'll text Lou. See, well, he usually texts me if he's having a problem. I haven't heard from him yet. Hold on, Gardini. I just sent it again, Gardini. I just sent it again right now. You should be able to get in. I'm going to text Lou and see if he's having a problem. You should be able to get in, brother. Henry, another cellar dweller accounted for. Henry in the basement. What's up, Henry? What pisses off Johnny Stanton 99% of the time he strikes out on 3 and 2 counts, has zero discipline at the plate. That's true. I know he has zero discipline. He's always gets beaten on the slider, man. Always. Here's Rizzo, who's finally coming out of his slump. Man, he was 0 for 24 going into yesterday. I have nothing bad to say about Rizzo. Slumps happen. But, hey, man, it's just we got to get guys hitting. When we're missing Judge, not good. Not good. Bagger Dave. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Another Ozzy in the basement. Bagger's here. What's up, Bagger? Oh, here comes Lou. Here comes Lou.
I'm here.
Gardini, Lou's on, so your link should work. Lou's on. There's Lou. Gardini's having a problem with his link. You didn't have any problem to getting on, Lou?
No problem at all.
All right, Gardini, try it. I just sent it to you again, Gardini. Try it again. Try it again, brother. We'd love to have you on, man. Lou is here. Oh, there he is. Gardini entering in. Gardini in the basement, coming on. He's trying to come on. Trying to come on. Nathan, another cellar dweller accounted for. Nathan in the basement. Bagger, tip North Melbourne when they play Carlton. Bagger, Carlton's been killing me. What, they lost 5 or 6 in a row now? Well, look at that, Lou. Already we're in the second inning. I don't think anybody's going to want to hit today. He got all the hits and runs in yesterday.
I mean, hopefully we got a pitcher's duel today, you know?
Verlander,
guys, how we doing?
Gardini, man, we can hear you. I don't see you, though.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't turn on the camera yet.
There you go. Lou, 4.85 ERA. I didn't know it was that bad. Holy crap. Holy
I told you.
Crap. Gardini.
17.
Everybody, Gardini in the basement. OG Dweller live in the basement. I told you all cellar dweller night would happen. Gardini was the first one to ask, so here he is. And I don't think he's shown up yet on that. What's
Johnny,
up, bro?
Johnny, as always, we having technical difficulties.
I see you. We see you. We see you.
Did the other link not work?
No, I didn't. That's why I was asking for the other one.
No big deal. I've had to do that with the Lunicorn before.
Technical difficulties is the basement tradition.
Exactly.
Guys, look who it is. Now you're showing up. I see on the screen now. Look who is in the basement with us. Diehard Yankee fan, diehard LeBron fan, Gardini, OG Dweller in the basement.
Diehard almost anything fan when it comes to New York.
That's awesome, brother. That is awesome, man. I know.
Unless it's the Jets. Unless it's the Jets. Unless it's the Jets.
Hey, Jets are going to be good, man. Jets are going to be good.
Yeah, they look
everything around, everything on that team is Rodgers or bust. That's what the entire team is.
Amen. Look at the team last year. They don't worry about defense. It's offense, man. You need Rodgers. You need somebody. You need a quarterback that can manage the game properly. That's it.
That is something I agree with 100%.
Yep. Garrett Wilson, 1,100 yards with total dysfunction at quarterback last year. So what is he going to do with a guy like Rodgers? It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, and we spoke
Garrett
about
Wilson
it.
is a stud.
And we spoke about it last year. The Dutch were in every single game. They didn't get blown out. It's just the quarterback position was just horrible for them.
All due respect to Mike White, who is an absolute warrior, man. Absolute warrior. I think they should have, honestly, I think they should have kept him as the quarterback too, because he has respect from his teammates. Zach does not have that respect from his teammates. If he has to come in, he's got the respect of the team. I know why they didn't keep him, because they want Zach Wilson to be the guy in the future. And
Zach?
Huh?
After that pathetic post-game interview, he lost it. After that pathetic post-game interview, he lost the whole team.
Who, Zach? Which one? He had like 2 or 3?
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, I know. Everyone. After that one where he said, I forgot what he said word for word, but something along the lines of, "I'm doing my best."
Oh, I can tell you what he said. They scored 3 points against the Patriots, and he threw a couple of interceptions in that game. They asked him, "Hey, you feel you let the defense down today?" No, not at all. No, not me. That's not what a leader does, man. That's just not what they do. It's not what you do. And then I think Denzel.
That's when he lost.
Huh? What was that, Godini?
That's when he lost the fan base. The locker room probably beforehand. That was when he lost the fan base.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt. I mean, Denzel Mims and Garrett Wilson were talking about the offense as a whole, just saying, we're not getting it done. We look good in practice. We aren't getting it done. We have to do more. The defense is doing there, and we. And they asked Zach Wilson about that. Did he agree with that? He's like, yeah, I'm tired of their mistakes too. Like, dude, they didn't even mention your name. Talk about we as the offense. And already he's like, oh, I'm tired of their mistakes. What's their mistakes? Running out 5 yards and expecting you to hit them when they're wide open? What? I mean,
the funny part is he can't even hit them wide open 5 yards away.
He can't. You know what's funny? Zach Wilson can hit you rolling out 40 yards downfield. Sadly, that is his best play. It really is. That's the one he can do. We got.
Especially when there's
if you need a Hail Mary, you call Zach.
That's true. Soccer moms. Zach will hook you up. The Bruins, OG Dweller in the basement. Bruins here. He said, watch me change the Hey, soccer moms, you get Zach Wilson for that, man. He's the go to that, man. I don't know anybody else is better than him with that. Bruins said, Lou, you going to change your outfit 8 times tonight or what?
No. Today I'm just staying one time. I'm not being Beyonce this time around.
Hey, Mick from Iowa. Mick is a Met fan also. Mets are my second favorite team. I know that bothers Godini, but it is. Godini, what do you think of the Mets?
No, it doesn't look. The Mets, I've never hated the Mets. It's a misconception people have with me. I do not hate the Mets, but I do hate how much every time they acquire a big name player, everyone thinks it's like big news that they finally became the contenders. And then it blows up in their face. A la Jason Bay, a la Bobby Bonilla.
Mo Vaughn.
Bobby Bonilla still plays.
Jeremy Benitez. Roberto Alomar.
Exactly.
Pedro Martinez.
He worked out. Pedro was good. Pedro was good for the Mets.
Pedro's most famous time with the Mets is when the sprinklers turned on. That's the most famous clip I've ever seen of Pedro on the Mets.
But he's still one of the greatest pitchers ever.
Hey, he came
100%. Pedro has props.
He came in there ready to challenge the Braves. He's all about the competition, man. Like he did against the Yankees. He came into the Mets. Let's bring it to the Braves. I mean, he's all about that, man. I liked it when he went to the Mets, and that opened up the door for him.
Can we not mention the Braves the rest of the show, please?
Hey, we never had a problem with the Braves in the World Series. I didn't see what the big deal was.
We just can't get over that hump.
Any team in baseball. Yeah, I mean, you have a point there. Out of any team in baseball, though, the one team that any team should try and follow like a plan is just watch the Atlanta Braves. They get young guys. You give them 10-year extensions. You don't worry about anything for the next 10 years. And then you plug in the holes when you need it.
I mean, a better team, if you want to ask me, would be Tampa Bay.
Tampa in a sense, yeah, but at the same time, Tampa doesn't have enough to get it all the way.
They don't have enough money. They don't have enough money to get it all the way.
Their player development is off the charts.
They
Yeah,
remind me of
Gunner.
100%.
They
Gunner
remind
said
me of
Mike
the.
White earned his respect after that Buffalo game. Yeah, Gunner, you're right. That's what I said. Mike White's a warrior. He's not a QB1, but he's the definite warrior. He'll give you 110, man. That's all you want from your QB2.
The Rays remind me of the mid '90s Toronto Blue Jays. I mean the Expos. Excuse me, before
Woo,
the
the
Expos.
Expos. Yeah, man.
They
Until
just
they
bought
traded
up-
until they traded everyone. Until they traded everyone because Loria had a fit.
That's what
Wasn't
same
there
thing with
like Greg Maddox and Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez and Vladimir
Guerrero, Alomar.
Tim Raines?
We could keep on naming names from
Can we point out by
the mid '90s.
Yeah, can we point out by the way? Yeah, look, Jeffrey Loria on the Expos when they had like 7 Hall of Famers destroys the team. Goes to Miami, they win the 2003 World Series, blows the whole team up. Again, 2016, you have Giancarlo, Yelich, Ozuna, etc., blows up the whole team.
Beckett too, right? Beckett pitched on
Yep.
beat the
Yeah,
Yankees.
Beckett.
Who? AJ Burnett was on that team, right? The Yankees got him.
AJ was there.
And our
Mickey
favorite,
was
Carl
there.
Pavano, the biggest thief of the New York Yankee history, or one of them. Carl Pavano. I think he's still injured with that mystery thing he had.
Carl.
Man, he was worse than Kevin
Who was
Brown.
that? I forgot that guy that the Yankees picked up in like the 2006 era. I forgot like it was a Japanese guy or a Korean guy. I remember we gave him a big contract. He was awful.
The fat toe. The fat
Hideki
toe.
Irabu.
Yes, Arabu.
You know, they took him instead of Kurt Schilling, like back then, way back. That was before. Yeah, that's right.
You heard Johnny?
They said he was Japan's Nolan Ryan, and that's
The
when
fat toad.
that's what Steinbrenner called it.
And
You know
Kurt
what? He
Schilling
killed
went-
himself, right?
Kurt Schilling goes on. Kurt Schilling kills us in Arizona. He kills us in Boston. And we
Actually, in
got
Arizona, he even admitted he blew that game when he gave up the home run to Soriano. He said, I turned around, saw Mariano Rivera warming up, and knew in my heart that I blew that game. He said, it's amazing. 99.9% of the time.
99.9 exactly. Yeah, it's Mariano.
Right.
Oh, talk about
Schilling gave up that
99.
home run to Soriano, and he admitted that was it. He said, I turned around, saw Mo Rivera in that bullpen warming up, and I knew I blew this game for them. And like,
Johnny, talking about '99. Look at my background.
ha, Piazza, look at that. Better than yesterday with the injured
I love how
guys.
the more ironic part, the Yankees have the quote unquote future Jeter and Volpe, and the Mets have the future Piazza and Alvarez.
Oh, Lou, go ahead.
saying-
Lou,
I'm
go
saying-
on. Alvarez. Lou was going
I'm
to
a big
stop
fan.
watching the Mets, Goodini, this year. He was going to stop watching because they were going to send him down. Take it away, Lou. That's your team.
Alvarez is a stud.
I called Johnny and I said, if they send this dude down after hitting all these home runs, I mean, clutch home runs, clutch hits, if they send him down for Gary Sanchez, I'm not going to watch no more. Right, Johnny? I told you, I'm not going to watch no more.
Yeah.
And that same day, he went off, I think against Atlanta, had like 2 home runs or something like that. And then after that, I'm like, how can Buck even think about sending this stud down?
It's insane. You're lucky that Sanchez isn't doing what he's doing now at the Padres. 5 home runs in 12 games. Had he been doing that with the Mets at that time, Alvarez would have went down.
Johnny, by the way, do you want to just hear this? Gary Sanchez has an 800 OPS in San Diego. Joey Gallo has an 800 OPS in Minnesota. Aaron Hicks has a 1200 OPS in Baltimore. Chapman's an all-star reliever.
You know what that equals? Couldn't handle the pressure of New York. Couldn't handle the pressure in New York. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Couldn't handle it.
All the
Aaron
time.
Hicks-
I don't know. I don't know if you. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you guys saw this though. There was a story that came out that like Volpe was talking to was a few of his AAA teammates about just like they were watching him hit. They realized he was setting up wrongly as opposed to what he was doing in AAA. He comes into the Tuesday night game fit with the change, right? He goes 2 for 4. The funny part was the Yankees hitting coaches say nothing about it. The Volpe's teammates found it in literally 3 seconds.
You know, it's what can you do for me today? That's how it usually is in New York, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's not just that
No,
way.
it's not even that,
Play
though.
with the Boston teams, too.
Johnny, take it away.
Carl Crawford, Pablo Sandoval, they went to Boston. They got booed out of the stadium. They couldn't do anything, man. So it's not
Crawford
just
got
New
a
York.
big contract.
Yeah, you go to big market teams like that, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, whatever. You don't perform, they're going to boo you.
But the thing, though, The thing is though, I don't get it, is that Crawford was horrible in Boston. He went to LA, he was solid. He went to the Dodgers, he was a solid player. He wasn't nowhere where he was in Tampa, but he was still solid.
No
He was
pressure.
terrible. Sandoval was worse. I think they sent him down twice before they got rid of him, before they DFA'd him.
Pablo got a 5-year deal, and they DFA'd him in 2 years.
Lockport says Mets are really the Raiders. They both like to spend. Yeah, they spend money, man, and they don't get the result. Although Cohen is doing the right thing, he is getting the right players. You had to go after Lindor. That was a purpose.
And Verlander. Not Verlander. Oh, Scherzer. Just to change the culture. The culture. They had to change the culture. How many big time players don't want to play for the Knicks? I mean, big time players. The biggest market, arguably in the world, and they don't come. So, Uncle Steve was like, I have to spend money. Let me change the culture so people can start coming here and wanting to play here.
I mean, you couldn't really blame them. What did you guys have? You had the Wilpons for 20 years, which run your team into
No, not the Wilpons, the Coupons.
The Coupons, that's right.
The Coupons and what's the name? Bertie Madoff.
I got to interrupt for a second because I'm looking at the chat. You guys, Gardini, can you see the chat or no?
Yeah. I'm looking at the chat.
You guys can comment when you see stuff because Cullen shouted out Lewis having the best background. Yeah, he shouted out.
I knew.
Flex, in answer to your question, Flex wants to know, besides the Yankees, who is the most hated team? And Bruin said the Astros. I would say probably the Astros next to the Yankees.
I mean, Boston was there, but after the whole banging of the thing, yes, Houston took over.
Yeah, Houston, I would say Flex.
Well, wait, we're talking strictly baseball, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we talk whatever we want, man.
Oh no, I'm saying about like the most hated team. I was gonna be like, the Dallas Cowboys.
Flex wanted to know the most hated team in baseball besides the Yankees.
Gardini, you're absolutely correct. Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
I hate Dallas with a passion.
Trust me, these guys over here, I showed you yesterday, Lou, the AFL, they hate the Magpies. Collingwood Magpies are the Yankees Cowboys. The Cowboys are talked about like they win every year. They're always on the end. They're always the top thing every single year, and they don't do anything. Nothing. And for a Cowboy,
Lou, I don't know if you hold this.
Huh?
Sorry, Johnny. You got it. Johnny, you got it.
That's all right. No, what were you gonna say, man? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if Lou feels the same way as me as a Giants fan, but like, we hate Dallas because it's a religion. But like, if I had to pick a team I hated more out of the division, it would be Philadelphia any day of the week.
Just the fan base alone.
Ooh, fan base.
Oh yeah, no, they pissed me off.
They threw batteries at Santa Claus one year when he was in the middle of the field. They threw batteries at the man. Come on.
They did.
Yes, they did.
Gardini, I got to ask you, man. Volpe's up right now, man. What do you think we should do with this kid? Give me your opinion.
You can't send it. I mean, who are you going to replace him with?
People want to
bring up Peraza and pray. I'm saying what? You bring up Peraza. He does worse. Then what do? You want to start running IKF back out there? Who do we put in center?
I will give a big shout out to IKF for sacrificing and wanting to stay on the team, giving 110%.
Oh, he's been doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah. I love IKF now because he didn't cry about giving up his position. He wanted to be a Yankee so bad. He told Boone, I'll play the outfield. I'll play wherever you want to put me, man. And he does. I mean,
I never hated IKF the player. I never hated the player, but at the same time, when he filled in for shortstop, that was like, we had such high expectations for the free agency class he was in that he could never even live up to it, even if he wanted to.
By the way, Gardini, off topic, are you like on the set of the Cabin in the Woods or something? Like, where are you, man? Like,
the people underneath the stairs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, basically, that's kind of where I am.
I look like you're on a horror movie set right now, man. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I love horror movies with a passion.
Couldn't resist, man. I kept looking. I'm like, this dude's like in the cabin in the woods, or whatever that name is.
I wish I had a man cave like you.
Hey
Just
man,
to answer
listen,
Mick,
it's not as glamorous as you think. It's not. People think it's so huge. Like if I literally like put my hand off screen here, I'm almost at the end of the other part of the basement. Man.
No, it's not even that though. It's just the memorabilia itself though. That is the part I adore.
I gotta tell you, man, this one cool thing that I found. I do like collecting stuff. How about that?
Where'd you even find that?
I'm a fanatic. Pedro in a Montreal. How about them apples?
oh yeah, that dude for
I
me
got
is
all-
probably the greatest pitcher in our lifetime, in my opinion.
You'd be amazed when you go around to any sports memorabilia store, even if it's a dumpy looking one or whatever else. You walk in there, some of these guys do not know what they have. Some people don't know what they have in their stores. And you go in there and start looking around, you're like, whoa, wow. Pedro Martinez, Montreal, Expos. Wow, yeah, sure, man. I think I paid $22 for that, man. I don't think the guy knew what he had.
That
It's
team
just-
was stacked.
Oh, please forget it. Flex, I'll take the coverage of the game much better than last night's. The overlay layout is much nicer. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh no, no. TBS is a horrible.
PBS is
presentation.
terrible, man. Terrible. No, Apple TV is the worst coverage.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny. I'm talking about like national TV that you don't gotta pay for.
True. Okay, yeah, TBS is terrible. I hate it when they're on TBS. It was horrible.
Yeah,
last
but nothing beats
night. Right,
Apple.
Flex.
I told Johnny one time, I was like, look, when I first watched their live cast, I said I wanted to take a number 2 pencil and jam it in my ear and just wiggle it as much as I could. We were watching a game together,
By the way,
and Judge was supposed to be in left field or right field, excuse me, and he wasn't there. And then they just finished giving up the lineup, and they still
yeah, the
messed it up.
Oswaldo Cabrera one, right? Yeah, Cabrera on the homer in the first inning, and they said, "What a catch by Judge."
Exactly,
Right.
that was it.
That's right. It's exactly.
That
They
was-
just said
and that's
the
when I gave up.
lineup.
That's when I gave up on Apple TV. I was like, "No, we're not doing. We're not dealing with this in the baseball community."
They had just given the whole defensive lineup for the outfield, and they said Judge, and then Cabrera makes the catch. Yeah, oh my gosh, please. Lockport.
It is awful.
Wait, was it Lockport? No, Flex. Yeah, the umpire calls balls and strikes. The umpire does. It's not automatically done from the box, Flex. Yeah, they
Oh, Johnny, by the way, what did I say? What did I say about Justin Verlander when he faces the Yankees? He turns into prime Pedro Martinez. Like I've
He
never
does.
seen anyone else do.
He does. When he plays against the Yankees, it's lights out, man, because the next time he starts, he's going to give up 5 runs in the first 2 innings.
He still got to get past the 6th inning, guys.
Go ahead, give
Hey,
a stat
okay.
from yesterday, man. I don't think he was on for that. Go ahead.
Yep. Gardini, 17-1 the Mets are when their starting pitching gets past the 6th inning or better. 17-1.
The ironic part is you guys have 20 million distant to Senga. You have 47 into Max, 45 into Verlander. And the fact that none of them can get past the 6th inning is easily the biggest waste of money I've seen in an offseason the last 10 years.
But like one of the stats I said yesterday too, the Braves, Philly, and Washington, the years that they made it to the World Series, almost had the same identical record as the Mets. Do I think as a Met fan we're going to ride the ship and be one of them? To be honest, no. I hate to say it. I'm a realist. I'm not going to be here waving my pom-poms, you know. The Jets, the Mets, Knicks, it's the story.
No,
Oh, the
no,
movie,
Lou, you got it
we
wrong.
watched the
No,
movie
Lou,
over and
you
over
got it
again.
wrong. Lou, you got it wrong. It's the Jets, the Nets, the Mets. They will always disappoint you when they sign somebody big. The Knicks are just disappointing because they're the Knicks.
The Jets.
Yeah, that's different. The thing for me is that this year, with the last 2-3 years, we actually have an owner that is a fan, someone that is going to pump money into it, do things, bring things, try to change the culture. So when as suffering as I've done for so many years, when we do something that's decent, yeah, we're gonna have a parade. Yeah, it's gonna blow up in our face most of the time, or 90% of the time, but that's what we have to look for. You know, it's just,
You know what's funny? You know what I love about most diehard Met fans? growing up, all of them that trashed me and, oh, George Steinbrenner, you guys just buy your teams. It's BS. You should go to the farm. And now that they have Cohen buying players, they're all like, oh, they all love it now. Isn't that funny? When you get it in your corner, now they all love it.
Yeah, we
Lou,
also
I wanted
don't
your
have,
opinion on this, actually.
what was that?
I wanted your opinion on this. What do you think of them sending down Vientos? I think that's the name, Mark Vientos, the third baseman.
Yes, Vientos. I think it will be a mistake. He doesn't get enough playing time. Him and the other dude, I forgot, starts with an M, that he's still down there, that the kid is raking.
Oh, Mauricio. The
He
switch hitting
is a
shortstop, Mauricio.
monster. Yep, he's a monster, but they haven't played the outfield. Ventos ended up playing first base the other day, I think against Atlanta, because there is nowhere to put him. So if you don't get, baseball is a game that you have to get repetition. If you don't get, 10 at bats in 2-3 games, it's hard to go out there and pitch and face the best pitching in the world when you're sitting on the bench,
Oh, yeah, no, I
Interrupt for
saw
a second, guys.
He
Big
had like 3
Bear,
at-bats.
what's going on? Big Bear, interrupt for a second. Diehard Ranger fan, what's happening, brother? Appreciate the like button. Appreciate you stopping through. Laviolette's going to be good, man. They needed to do a move there. Thanks for stopping in, Big Bear. I know we'll see you in October, brother. Drop in anytime you want, man. Go ahead, guys. You can go back. I had to give him a shout out. He's a big Ranger fan. He's a part of this.
I saw
Not only for Ranger games, but yeah, you guys should recognize Big Bear name.
a thing though, like Vientos had like 3 at bats in like the last week or something, which is if you're gonna keep a top 50 prospect in the majors, you cannot keep him on the bench. It's either play him or don't keep him in the majors.
I agree. I think I think our general manager said the same thing. He's like, hey, you want us to bring all these kids up, but we're wasting their talent and their growth if they're just they're rotting away on the bench. And I agree with that. Like this dude,
The thing is,
Escobar.
though, about that, Lou,
Escobar has been horrible this year. But the last month and a half, let's say the last month, he's been raking. But he's coming off the bench, not playing every day. But he's a veteran. He's been in the league 10 years. So he knows when to turn it on and turn it off. But to ask a 21-year-old to sit in the bench for 3 or 4 days and then put him up in a big spot, it's tough,
It is tough, man. Put him up in a big spot, but you know what? Either you can handle pressure, you can't. Unfortunately, that might be a window. Look at all that silver. That might be a window. Might be a window, man.
oh,
You guys are blinded. I usually don't let my hair go this long. But that might be your window. That's it. And you better take a hold of it, man. You got your time right there. You strike out, you don't look
I
good.
gotta give credit to Cole. He's been lights out this year. Lights
Yeah,
out.
and Boston owns him. That's the only team and his last start against Boston was good. We couldn't score any runs. Rafael
turned
Devers, I
around.
think he gave
no,
up.
Johnny,
Huh?
Johnny, I'm gonna say one thing though. The thing that's different between Cole last year and this year, the same thing that's wrong with Sebi this year. Last year, I don't know if you remember, but the fastball had no life whatsoever last year out of Cole. It was 98, but it was flat 98.
That's what
Same thing that
Sebi's
Sebi has going on this year.
Sebi's fastball might as well be underhand. I mean, this guy is getting smacked around. And my problem with the Yankees is what I was saying yesterday. They hold on to these guys. Aaron Hicks, remember, we were sold. Oh, Aaron Hicks is healthy. Brian Cash, he's healthy. Wait till you see what he's got this year. He did nothing. Severino, every year we wait for him to come off the 60-day IL. That's what it feels like. At least have him as a 4th or 5th guy. We don't sign other pitchers because they're still waiting on Severino. I like Severino. I do. But how are you not signing other pitchers and waiting on this guy to be what he's not anymore? He's still solid, but he's not. How can you keep putting – you're the New York freaking Yankees. How can we keep putting stock into guys that hurt all the time? Come on. It's a joke.
I'm going to say one thing on that, though. I'm not going to kill Sebi for like his first 5 starts. Like, I'm not going to kill him for that because at the same time, you got to remember he did not pitch in the spring at all. We got him to camp, he got hurt right away. And I get it, it's the regular season, but he's going to have a spring training opportunity.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man, they rely on him like he's going to be the greatest thing ever. It's like they don't go after other players. We're sold by Cashman on Aaron Hicks, well, he's not injured anymore. How in the world Aaron Hicks is even on the team? And Josh Donaldson, can't believe they brought him back either. His defense is okay, but his bat is terrible. Terrible last year.
Donaldson has not been bad since he came off the IR. I get it. He's a home run or a strikeout. That's all he is right now.
Godini, you're breaking up really badly, bro. You're breaking up
Your
really
mic-
bad. Bad. Lou, when that's happened to you, did you have to sign out and come back in?
That's what I usually do. Yes.
Goodini. Yeah, sign
Reset
out
it
and then
stuff,
come
yep.
back in. That's what Lou. It's happened to Lou in the past, man.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Way back, another cellar dweller accounted for, another Ozzy accounted for, way back. Guys, bear with us today because we got cellar dweller night. We got Gardini on, we got Lou on, so we're going to be going back and forth. We're trying to keep up with the chat. I'm working off Basement Squad. I'm working off Basement Squad on there because I'm getting the view for myself on the laptop. So I'll be talking to you guys on there too, man. So I'll be
To answer Mick said something. He said when we were talking about fan bases that we hate or teams that we hate, he said Atlanta. Don't get me wrong, I hate Atlanta, but I respect them. There's a difference, you know. If you want to say who I hate more, I still hate the Phillies more than I hate Atlanta.
I would think
It's
Phillies
like-
are hated more too because of their fan base. Like you said, it's
It's a fan base,
that
but
makes
you know,
hate them
Atlanta,
more
you
than
got to give them props. Every single year, they don't miss on rookies. Anyone they bring up stays up. Everyone that they think about it, like I was saying it. When they won the World Series, they were under 500. They made 3 trades. I can't remember the name, but they made 3 trades.
Jock, I remember it was Jock, Eddie Rosario, and I forgot who it was. Jorge Soler.
And they didn't miss. They don't miss as a franchise. They don't miss. They're like the Patriots. Oh,
For crying out loud, Soler won the World Series MVP that year, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and he came out of nowhere. And you had I keep forgetting his name. The catcher that came from the Mets. The dude could have hit the Mendoza line.
Oh,
No, he could have hit the Mendoza line for 3 or 4 years with us. Gets traded to Atlanta and becomes an all-star.
No, Lou, you're missing a critical part of that. You're missing one key part of that. He went to Tampa before he went to Atlanta.
And Ozuna, if I'm not mistaken, got suspended for domestic violence supposedly, but I think he got he
cleared bail
the rest of the season.
I don't think he did. I think he got cleared.
he got cleared. Ozuna got cleared.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But he was suspended for a while where they were making their run to get over.
Yep, he was definitely suspended for a long time, but he got cleared. He did get cleared.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, they just don't miss. Another team that's not baseball, it's Pittsburgh. They don't miss. The Steelers, they don't miss.
They don't even, you know, one thing I like about them is they don't have a quick trigger when it comes to firing their coaches. They keep them no matter what the season, they keep stability there. Every 2 years, you got to fire your coach. Every 2 years, you got to get rid of the coach. Some of them are deserving of it. Adam Gase. I just mean like shouldn't have been hired to begin with, but Pat Shermer, Ben McAdoo, we can name some names, but overall.
Johnny, don't make me go through it again. Don't make me go through it again.
You're going to force Tom Coughlin to retire for Ben McAdoo. That was like, hey, Eli, we're going to start Geno instead of you so we can ruin your streak.
Don't make me go. Anyway,
I'm just saying, you don't need to fire coaches all the time.
4 years.
He goes to the Jaguars.
John Gallant for the Rangers should have been fired.
He goes to the Jaguars, Collins, and what does he do with the Jaguars? The last place team.
Right, he brings them to the championship game. Right.
No, but you remember that though? No, I'm saying, but you remember that though? Like Coughlin got them to the playoff that first year, but then you remember after that year, he blew it up. Like he was the reason they blew up that team. I forgot what it was. I think it was like Jalen Ramsey, Miles Jack, and they had like an all-pro defense.
Bortles was the quarterback.
And Bortles was good that year. That's the surprise. Bortles was actually solid. He almost outplayed Brady.
Was he almost outplayed Brady running back on that team? I don't know.
No. It was I know his name.
I know his name too. You're right.
Lenny Fournette. Lombardi
Fournette,
Lenny.
you're right. Fournette was the running back, not Jones-Drew. You're Fournette. What a play by Escobar. Wow. I got to give him credit there, man. See, that was a great play by Escobar. Are you behind, guys?
Yeah, I'm behind.
I'm behind by a bit.
But once again, he's a veteran. He can come off the bench and do this.
The thing though about Escobar, Lou, I don't know if you know this. Have you seen his splits over the last 2 years? In the first half, he's hitting like a buck
Horrible.
220. In the first half, buck 220. If you go to the second half, it's like a 330. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Last year, he was the hardest dude to get out in the second half of the season. They
He hit
mentioned
like
it many
350.
times.
He hit like 350 in August and
Yeah.
September.
Yep, I agree.
Keep talking, guys.
Then again, it's just like,
some of these comments.
You know, when you know when we're chasing Atlanta, and you have a dude that's batting 210, even probably even under 200, the Mendoza line, and then we bring up Beatty, and he starts hitting.
Alvarez, Vientos.
And on top of it, the best part about it is that he wasn't a stink about it. He embraced it. I'm gonna help this young kid. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. He wasn't complaining and moaning. Well, no. He said, "Hey, he's here. He's batting good. He's the man."
Come on, Rizzo. Rizzo's
It's
been in a nasty slump.
In a sense, it's kind of what they did with I'm forgetting his name. It's the Greg Bird syndrome. That was the Greg Bird syndrome. Johnny, I know you remember this. When Greg Bird came up, he was hitting like the best first baseman in baseball.
Yep, sure.
He tore his ACL. He comes back. He could never hit a lick again. It was the guy who took over Mattingly in '94, or '93. He had like 9 home runs. Like 10 home runs in his first 12 games.
Yep. Kevin Moss, Shane Spencer, they had a whole bunch of guys. The problem, remember Kevin Moss? Hensley,
He was the next Don Mattingly.
The problem with the Yankees is when they have these prospects, they hold on to them for like Clint Frazier. How many states of execution did Brett Gardner get because Clint Frazier could never get it together?
Frazier and Duhar, Garcia. We go on and on. It's terrible. But by the way, Johnny, you want to know the most funny thing about this entire thing?
Shoot.
You know what this is? The Yankees did not want to sign Bryce Harper because of Clint Frazier.
I know. Hey, I'll top that with the Jets. Are you ready for this? Now, I know Jamal Adams was taken 6th. It was a good draft pick at the time. But the reason the Jets didn't take Pat Mahomes is because we already had our quarterback in place with Christian Hackenberg. True story. That's why they went with Jamal Adams. That is a true story.
Christian Hackenberg? Did he ever even play a snap for you guys?
He sure did in preseason.
Oh.
He never even played a snap for the Eagles.
Oh.
Now, again, Jamal Adams.
If they kept Christian Hackenberg over Jalen Hurts, be my guest. But that didn't happen.
Christian Hackenberg. That's why Mike McCagnon, our GM at the time, said they didn't take Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, who started out great.
2 seconds, guys.
Because of Hackenberg. That is a true story. So
by the way,
Jamal Adams. I mean, okay, it's a great safety, the whole 9, but that's why they didn't go with these 2 guys. Now, that being said, though, what would they have been on that Jets team?
That's the you guys didn't have a coach, you didn't have a receiving core, you didn't have an offensive line.
Nope.
What was the best what was the best you had? An old Matt Forte at the time? I think at the time.
Matt Forte. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So what would Patrick Mahomes have even done on the Jets?
Mahomes would have brought it. Mahomes would have brought it. He would end up going to another team. He would end up with he would pull a Kurt Warner, basically.
Yeah, because that's the problem when people say, "Oh, you Jets could have had this quarterback or that one." Fine, but what would they have done on these horrendous teams? Like right now. Now we're going to find out what Sam Darnold's all about playing with Kyle Shanahan.
By the way, my only pet peeve of the Giants in the last 5 years: how do you draft DeAndre Baker over Lamar Jackson?
Oh my gosh! Oh.
And on top of that, if you draft Lamar Jackson, and if you wanted Lamar that badly, you would never have taken Danny Dimes in the first place.
Oh, it's funny when they took Danny Dimes and the guy just, I can't remember. Ohio State, he just passed away. He got killed on the.
Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins.
He actually was the better quarterback at the time. By far.
You know the unironic part about that is when I saw them take Daniel Jones, I'm being serious. I turned off the TV. I didn't watch the draft for the rest of the night.
That's the second Duke quarterback they've taken in the past 20 years. Dave Brown was the other. Dave Brown. That's in the good old days of Dave Brown and Kent Graham when the Cardinals and the Giants were throwing Kent Graham back and forth to each other because nobody else would take him.
Or when the Giants and Cardinals threw Kurt Warner back and forth like it was hotcake.
The best thing about Kent Graham was what? They beat the undefeated Broncos when they were like 13-0. That's right. That's what I remember about Kent Graham. I told you, the Giants are my second favorite team, man. I follow them very closely, man. I remember that.
The Jets for me is like, if the Jets are good, I'm on board with them. But when the Jets suck, I have no patience to watch them.
Well, trust me, you don't want them, man. I have 4 decades into this dumpster fire. I have 4 seasons that I'm proud of. I mean, a couple others, but overall, I've seen 4 AFC Championship games. And with the defenses that these teams had, other teams go to Super Bowls with these kind of defenses. Except in 2009, that defense gave up 8 passing touchdowns from week 1 through the championship game. 8.
Yeah, the only issue is you had Mark Sanchez trying to run the offense.
Right. There's always something, man. Our defense, the sack exchange. The year before they recorded sacks, front 4, Gastineau, Salam, Lyons, and Klecko. 66.5 sacks for front 4. They shut down Miami, and Richard Todd couldn't stop throwing to A.J. Dewey, man. Interception. I mean, like, come on, they lose 14-0 in that championship game with a defense that other teams go to Super Bowls with. At least go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, Johnny, I wanted your opinion on this, actually. Is Devin Hester a Hall of Famer?
You know where I put these kind of questions? In the same category as our designated hitters Hall of Famers. Because Devin Hester, to me, is the greatest kick returner of all time.
Oh, undoubtedly.
All due respect to Deion Sanders. I mean, you could argue it all day, but for just kick returning, because he had horrible hands. Devin Hester had horrible hands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember this. He wanted to be a receiver. He could not play receiver. Just kick the fastest. Just put the fastest guy at a kick returner.
I'm going to say, well, you know what? I'm going to say yes, and I'll tell you why. Because punters get in and kickers get in. They don't play the whole game either, but they're playing their position.
You know who's actually underrated in that sense, though, for that one position? Cordero Patterson.
Very true. Yes.
He's arguably a top 5 kick returner of all time. Arguably.
Well, you know, it's true because a lot of people argue that in the designated hitter, but I'm like, you know what? You're playing the game. You contribute to the game. That's your position. What do you think, Lou? Should Devin Hester, kick returners like that be in the Hall of Fame or no?
Oh, 100%, because they changed the outcome of games.
Sure they do.
How many? Jackson, Philly, Giants.
No, Lou, do not bring it up. Lou, do not bring it up.
Yes, I have to.
Only New York teams kick directly to people like that, man. Come on.
Oh, wait, no, we won't talk about the Jets blowing the game this year to the
Patriots.
On the punt return.
Kick it out of bounds. Take the penalty. You're going to kick it to one of the most athletic person on the field, probably the most athletic person on the field.
No, Lou, you weren't. No, Lou, it was a punt return. Lou, it was a punt return. It wasn't even a kick return.
Whatever it was.
The Patriots, yeah.
Kick it to him.
It's a right before overtime. Just kick it out of bounds. They kick it the minute they punted that ball, and Marcus Webb caught it on a sprint, and there was no Jets on the screen. I'm like, oh, he's going to go. He made one cut. He was gone. I knew it. I'm like, yeah, that's the Jets' way of losing right there. But like you said, the Giants.
Lou, by the way, can you stop putting Aaron Judge in your background? It just makes me upset.
Hey, I know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to,
He did it. Well, in his defense, yesterday he had Alonzo and Judge back there. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
but let's be honest. I
love Judge.
Who was a bigger loss to their team in overall impact, though?
Alonzo. I'm gonna tell you why. The Yankees are still.
While you guys discuss that, I'll be right back.
The Yankees are still 8 or 9 games or 10 games over 500.
Lou, I get that, but at the same time, have you watched this team? It is virtually unwatchable without Judge in the lineup.
But they still have a winning record.
I know it's the winning record. I get that.
But in the best division in baseball.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they get let. Until Judge comes back, I would not be surprised if we got let by Baltimore, by Boston and Toronto. I would not be surprised if we're in fifth place by the time.
It's funny because I'm watching. My second screen is Toronto and Baltimore. Toronto.
Yeah.
The ones in.
Yeah. What? Springer hit a home run or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, both gentlemen or both players are essential to their team, essential to their lineup. The lineup goes because these guys go, but we don't have a Stanton in our lineup. You know, Alvarez been picking it up, and that's what I kind of told you. I don't like. I was telling John, I don't like. I don't like comparing players. You know, especially when they only play 160 games or 100. Well, actually, we have Alvarez maybe 120 games. But
no, Alvarez is up to like only 60 games played because you remember he only played one game last year. He only played one game last year. And he hit the home run or something.
No. He played multiple games. He played multiple games.
He did.
He played against the series against Atlanta, but he was so amped up because they brought him up that he was just getting crazy. He was batting.
Can you blame the kid? He comes up in the middle of a division race. He came up in the middle of a division race.
To be honest, imagine me and you being put in a spot where thousands of people are watching us, and he overdid it. But look what he's doing now. He's very consistent. He can hit opposite field. His defense is awesome.
Lou, I don't know. Awesome. I don't know if you agree with me on this. He has the power of Piazza, the contact ability of Posey, and the arm of Pudge.
Hold on. Johnny, what did I tell you yesterday?
What's that?
He has the power of Piazza.
I told you. I said Alvarez is like a Piazza, Posey, and a Pudge Rodriguez. Gardini, say it again.
100%. He has Piazza's bat with Posey's ability to make contact and Pudge's arm. I've never seen this.
Yeah, he's incredible. I'm telling you, the kid is good. Lou literally
told
me if they send him down, I'm stop watching the Mets.
By the way, Lou, the only thing Alvarez has that doesn't make him the complete package, he cannot run.
Oh no, you're crazy. He's fast. He's fast. Okay, he's fast. I promise you, he's fast.
He looks like a big boy. That's why. He looks like a big boy.
He can motor. The only thing I don't like about him right now is because he's young, but he makes a lot of mental mistakes. There was the other day he picked up a bunt that he should have let go foul, picked it up, threw it at first base, and overthrew it.
Can you? At the same time, I can't blame the kid for making it's his first season. I'm pretty sure the kid he's trying to show out for the city.
I agree, but you know what's funny? I thought I was gonna be sitting here arguing with you half the time, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell John this. I am very impressed of your knowledge of.
Yes. Amen.
I
appreciate it, brother.
And I know that you're not looking it up because you're coming like this. So
let me tell you something. I told Gardini a while ago, and now that you're on live, because you can't, when you're live, you can't BS live. And you already know your stuff. I always told Gardini, and he's comfortable on here too. You don't look nervous.
Hands down, Gardini, I'm giving you utmost respect. I think that you know your stuff, and I appreciate it.
Brothers, I appreciate it 100%. No, Johnny, you know what the funniest part about this is? I have my high school graduation tomorrow.
Isn't that funny? Lord. I know. Gardini, by the way, everybody's ripping on your background.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm not surprised.
Everybody's ripping on. They say you're underground. You're in the underground tunnel right now.
Yeah. We're redoing the basement, so it looks like
I'm gonna be Dwayne Wade giving Gordon a 9 instead of a 10 because of your background.
Yep, I'll tell you what, man. Thanks, Flip. Flip said a good, passionate discussion going on here. Hey, listen, I told you guys, Cellar Dweller night. You can all have it. Gardini asked yesterday to be on with us, no problem, because he's good with Lou. He likes doing the back and forth. And anybody, OG dwellers come first.
I have never had an issue with Lou. Lou has been a guy, I know I can just talk with. We're going to disagree on something, but for the most part, we have the same ideas.
You know what it is, George? The Bulldog Will. He's another one.
Yeah. Bulldogs love going at it with me.
The thing I'm gonna be honest with you. I
think he's your age. I thought you guys were older, man. Holy shit, I'm 50.
No, he was older.
Yeah.
He said he's about to finish high school. You said?
Yeah, I'm 18 years old.
Oh my lord! 19. But yo, seriously, you're so knowledgeable. Oh, I am, and that's why I said what I said. I'm not a hater. I would never be a hater. It's not in my DNA. And as soon as we started talking and you were interacting, I said, wow, this kid knows what he's talking about.
It's not easy coming on live, man, and then you get asked questions and stuff like that.
I mean,
real quick.
At the same time, for me, it's kind of... You got to look.
I'm sorry, Gardini. Johnny, remember I told you that I made a really big mistake yesterday when we first started? You were like, I don't remember. Instead of saying... I said Kevin Nash.
That's who it was. Kevin Nash. Yes, now I remember. You were telling me yesterday. Yes.
Who's Kevin Nash?
We kept calling
He's a
Steve
wrestler.
Nash Kevin Nash.
Instead
Oh,
of
that was
me,
just a long
Steve Nash, I
story.
said Kevin Nash, and John looked at me. He said, "Lou, what are you talking about?"
And you kept repeating it. You kept repeating it like you knew.
You
It's like, Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, man. Come on, Kevin Nash. You don't know who that is? Like I do.
You probably called KD Steve Durant.
Oh no, see, I wouldn't do that. That's out of pocket. But it's funny. Real quick. I'm getting back to Alvarez. When Pete Alonso first came up, his first month in the league, I told my two best friends, I said, "Hey, I know that you guys are going to laugh at me, but he reminds me of Mike Trout." And they laughed at me. No, hear me out. They laughed at me. And I said, "Dude, he's hitting opposite field home runs. He's hitting for power. He's hitting this. He's not a pull hitter, which he's getting better at." And they laughed at me. But who broke the rookie home run record?
At the same time, Lou, I'll give you that Pete won the home run record, but at the same time, with context in that, you got to remember 2019 was the juice ball era. Again, I have full confidence in Pete. He can hit 50 anytime he wants to. I know that. It's Pete. He reminds me of a prime Ryan Howard, just from the right side of the plate.
No. Ryan Howard could have hit a curveball if you paid him.
No. I'm saying not the bad. I'm not saying Ryan Howard after he tore the ACL. I'm talking about like prime Ryan Howard. He was hitting like 60 homers a year.
He still could have hit the curveball. Alonso, try to throw him a changeup now. He's going to crush it. And one thing about no, hold on. So Ryan Howard was a pull hitter. He never went opposite field. He never hit for average. He didn't. Let's be honest. He didn't.
No. I want to say something on that actually. You know what the funny part is? I saw a statistic about Ryan Howard that if the shift never became a thing, Ryan Howard's career batting average would have gone up by 35 points.
Okay, so once again, you just validated my point. So
yeah, I know.
Pete Alonso played in the shift era and still went opposite field. Can hit opposite field home run. Can hit for average and hit for power.
Pete is Judge, but like in a less sense of a complete hitter, like because Judge is still going to get you like the doubles, the doubles. Pete is a home run, like a hard home run or a very hard single because of his lack of speed. Because of his lack of speed.
I'll disagree with you, but I'll give you this much. If you would have told me glove wise, yes, he doesn't match up to Judge. Glove wise, but he's getting better at first. He's getting 100%.
I'm giving Pete I mean, at the same time, he's not dealing with a bad shortstop anymore. He has probably the most accurate thrower in baseball at shortstop.
And what's the word? What's it they use? Run something
DRS, defensive run save.
Defensive run save. This guy's amazing.
Oh, I know. I give Pete is the same thing as Vlad at first base, as to where the body is big enough to where nothing can literally get past him unless he literally just flats out misses.
Yeah, no, I agree. But last year they fooled him a lot with the off-speed stuff, change-up, sliders. He was whiff. But this year, most of his home runs is coming off the off-speed stuff.
I don't know if you noticed this, but about how Pete's hitting, you see he's loading a lot more on the back leg and waiting for it. Like he's not like just loading up and swinging immediately. He loads and sits there.
He's improved. I think he
100%.
The sophomore slump. He didn't have it. Last year he almost led the league in RBIs the whole year.
I mean, it wasn't a slump. It's just he didn't hit 50 home runs. Everyone's like, "Oh, Pete fell off a cliff."
No, but he still led the league in home runs. I mean, in RBIs from beginning to end of the season.
Yeah, I know. He had like 38 home runs and like 125 RBIs or something like that. If I'm in the ballpark.
And it sucks that both of our best players are not playing today.
Bulldog.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
by the way,
baseball. Bad for baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it 100% is. It takes when you see Judge and Pete or Judge and Lindor, everyone's like, okay, this is must watch. You take the Judge or away from the Yankees, it's like, what's our best showing thing? Garrett Cole. We have nothing exciting on the team, not named Aaron Judge.
But there's still 9 games over 500 in the best division in baseball.
Johnny, I'm gonna say, Johnny, I want your opinion on this.
I
As
paid attention
currently,
to nothing that you guys were talking about. I was responding to people.
no, it's okay. As the
I hope
Yankees,
it's
the
not
Yankees
topic
right now,
related because I wasn't listening at all. Go ahead.
no, not that. The Yankees right now is currently constructed. I do not think they win a World Series. I don't. Right
You know
now, I do
why?
not.
Because it's still a home run or nothing team. Home run or nothing
No, it's
team.
not.
We don't play small
It's
ball.
not even that.
We don't drop bunts. We don't steal bases. We not.
I mean,
The last,
Volpe the only guy who steals. Volpe might be the only guy who stole a base so far in like the month of
Right.
June.
think about this. Since 09, well, basically, let's just do 2015 to now. Who's been our competition? I know Boston's finished last, but just for the sake of argument, it's been the Red Sox, the Astros. Forget about cheating. The Red Sox, the Astros, the Rays, and the Yankees. All these teams have been the top 4 teams in the American League. Who's the only one that hasn't made the World Series? At least made it, us.
Oh wait, no, Johnny, actually about
Why?
that.
All those
Even on
other
that,
teams have small ball perspective. They have pitching. We rely, that goes right back to my Severino, Aaron Hicks argument. We rely on guys that don't have it anymore. We don't go after Carlos
to that
Correa.
argument-
Why? Because we're going to bring in IKF. Yes, IKF gives 110, but we don't go after. If the boss was still alive, Cash would have been gone, man. You know, this is unacceptable. We're playing for minimal. We are playing for mediocrity. That's what we're doing. We get a couple of guys that are outstanding players. How long did we hold on to Gary Sanchez, hoping he was going to do something? He was horrible behind the plate. We kept Higgy. Why? Higgy can't hit, but he's a great defensive catcher. All of a sudden, all the pitchers want to throw to Higgy, not Sanchez. We hold on to guys for like 3 years too long. Oh, no, we're losing you again. Oh, no, that's off the wall. Gardini, we're losing you. Do it again. Just shut off, come back. That's it. You know what I'm saying, Lou? That's what the Yankees do. They're playing for media. And they, like the Jets with a quarterback, waiting 3-4 years too long. They do that with these players. Clint Frazier.
Same thing with us.
Huh?
Same thing with us. We pick up these old players that we think are going to be a shell of themselves, and we just miss.
He just missed, man. I looked up. He just missed. That's the
You
problem.
know, he cut his hair, right?
Oh, Lindor, did he? What were you saying now, Gardini?
yeah. I don't know if you saw this statistic, but as Higgy as the primary catcher, Garrett Cole has a 5.7 ERA this season. When Jose Trevino, the primary catcher, is 1.8.
Jose Trevino was a monster pickup. He's not arguably the greatest defensive catcher in the game. But up until when they had Sanchez, they kept Higgy wide because you didn't have no catcher.
I mean,
Sanchez was terrible. My point is the Yankees hold on to players too long. It's like a pride thing. Well, we drafted this. We're going to get this guy working. We're going to. Oh, another
Johnny,
block shot. Oh,
no.
How do you like Bowers, by the way? Just off topic for a minute. I'm starting to like this.
Bowers is like, he's Matt Carpenter in a lesser sense of a hitter, but he's a substantially but he can play the field. I give Bowers credit; he knows how to play the field.
Matt Carpenter. Which we had kept. Yeah.
Matt Carpenter was a folk hero in New York for like 3 months.
What?
Yeah, yes. He was on until he got hurt. Then he get like
he got hurt. DJ got hurt. That was
no. I remember. It was like one of the first games I was watching with Johnny. Carpenter hits the foul ball off his foot. I'm like, that's the season, because that kills half of the lineup now.
Yeah, with his 1970 porn stats that he had.
Oh, you know the funny part is, Johnny, eventually we're going to get another stash in New York whenever Carlos Rodon decides to come off the IL.
Right, the other one. Yeah, right. Now, when he comes off the IL, he better be what we signed him for, because, again, it's like we're going after – why can't we go after guys that are ready to play now? Not saying Rodon won't be good.
I got a question for both of you guys. I'm sorry, Johnny. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. I was just going to ramble on about the same thing.
Tommy, where's he going?
Huh?
Best player in baseball. Where is he going?
You know, honestly,
Yankees.
No, Johnny,
Yes.
Johnny, no, Johnny.
Cashman may not want him till he's another 10 years from now. Then he'll want him.
No, Johnny, do you realize how smart of this was? I think he's going to the Dodgers for one reason. You want to realize why? You did not pay Trey Turner $30 million. You did not pay Cody Bellinger $15 million.
But maybe because they were waiting for Otani. How about that?
They killed the salary cap. You give Otani 10 years. You give Otani 10 years, $50 million. That's the salary cap you're supposed to pay for Trey Turner and Cody Bellinger.
But still, maybe it's because they wanted Otani. They were waiting for him to become a free agent. Think about this angle. You're waiting for Otani so you don't be paying these guys when you can get this guy over here, knowing the Angels never do anything. So maybe
At the
Cash
same
put it
time,
on Ohtani.
at the same time though, I do not have the faith in Cash and Hal anymore to
Oh, that's
go
fair.
out and blow out $50 million on a single player.
Well,
I do
Cashman
not.
has Hal in his pocket. Like, don't worry, dude, I got it. Remember what I did 25 years ago? I mean, that's what he has, man. Not look at me now, but I'm holding out that he's on the thing. And Ohtani wants to be in a big market, man. He wants it. I know LA.
Johnny, I'm gonna say this.
But
Johnny, I'm gonna say this. I can't see people ripping Aaron Boone anymore. I can't. I can't go along with it because out of his 5 years in New York, he's had injury-riddled teams for 2 of them. The first one, we got to 104 wins. This one is 10 games over 500 with the MVP out.
My big question, I don't disagree with all of that, but my big question, what happens in the playoffs? He gets outmanaged every single time.
I will disagree with you on this one. I'm gonna disagree with
Another
you.
big hit. Holy crap, is this going? Cole is giving up bomb shots, man.
As a Met
Thankfully,
fan,
not
not a
going
Yankee
out.
fan, I don't think Boone was. Who's that fan? Oh,
Please, man, he's giving up some long. Thankfully, they're not all going out. He's giving up some long hits, man.
Yo,
Bauer
Johnny,
just
I'm not
getting
gonna.
Go ahead.
Yo, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched this inning. What are the hits on? Is it the fastball or the off speed? If it's the off speed, I know he's in trouble. If it's the fastball, he can get past it.
That last one, I only saw Bowers running, so I don't know, but he's been throwing a lot of off speed, man. But
that last pitch was
it's
98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Okay, if it's the fastball, he's not gonna. He's gonna be. He's done because if that
3
fastball doesn't
balls
play.
in a row, Gardini, 3 in a row that really almost went out.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm gonna say this. We know this, Johnny. We watched this for Cole for 4 years. If he does not have the fastball playing, he's the most hittable pitcher in baseball.
Oh yeah, like Severino is right now, the most hittable
Exactly.
pitcher in baseball.
Exactly. The fastball does not work.
What about Max Scherzer? Can't even get past the 3rd inning, 4th inning.
By the way, Johnny, I love how we've been killing Garrett Cole for a 3.5 ERA last year. Yet Max Scherzer makes $12 million more with a 4.7.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I agree. But look at the age, though.
No, Lou. I get that 100%. But at the same time, though, the media killed Cole last year.
But hold on,
they murdered him.
The reason why the Mets overpaid, and I'm even talking about Uncle Steve.
I get it.
Private jet.
No,
hold on, Uncle G.
I get
Uncle
it. Why?
Steve. Okay, so we can eat some of the bad stuff because
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in terms
this.
of the media reception, the way the media reacts to how Cole was a solid pitcher last year. He got murdered.
It's because it was a different pickup. See, you guys got Cole to win the World Series. We got Scherzer to make the playoffs and to go deep into the playoffs and to change. And look, I'm not making excuses. But you guys paid this guy so much money because you thought he was the last piece to get you to the top. He has it. See, we picked up Scherzer because we needed to change the culture, and we knew think about it, he's almost like 50 years old, this guy.
Oh, you want to know an interesting stat about that, by the way? And in playoff games that Garrett Cole has pitched as a New York Yankee, the Yankees' collective batting average in those games is a 189. The Yankees team collectively hit 189 in the games Garrett Cole has pitched in the playoffs.
They kind of had the DeGrom thing that the Mets gave DeGrom, and DeGrom could strike out 17 batters, give up 1 hit. It might have been a home run. They lose 1-0. I mean, like
the Cy Young year. The Cy Young year. Didn't he finish under 500 in the win-loss record? Cy Young year.
I think the only one to do that was King Felix.
No. I can look this up right now. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% certain.
I could be wrong, but I don't think he had a losing record.
Or he might have been at 500. I don't think he was over.
Maybe 500 or 2 games over 500, but I don't think.
It was minimalistic at most. That I know. It was a tiny margin.
But going back to Boone for a minute, my problem with Boone in the playoffs is he holds on to pitches.
2018, he was 10-9. 2018, he was 10-9.
Yeah, like I said, look it up. The only pitcher that won the Cy Young with a losing record was King.
Yeah,
Felix,
it was King.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like 2011, I'm pretty sure, right? The year he threw the perfect game.
Yeah, it's just.
My problem with Boone, when we're talking about the playoffs, I don't have a problem with Boone in the regular season. My problem with Boone in the playoffs is it doesn't know how to work the pitching. He made rookie mistakes in 2018. We can forgive him for that, leaving Severino in too long, leaving Sabathia in
2019.
But last year in Game 3, what are you putting Trevino, whatever his name is, in instead of Holmes? Or Schmidt?
At the same time, though, Johnny, at the same time, I can't kill him because statistically it made sense because Trevino has a career 1.7 against the Astros and like 60
You
innings for
gotta
playing for
go with the eye
Oakland.
test. It's too many analytics. That's the problem I have with him. You can't
No,
go full
I know.
analytics. You gotta do the eye test.
At the
Who's
same
been-
time,
who's been
you
working
can't
better for
you can't do the eye test. You can't do the eye test. Johnny, last year Holmes was
No.
horrible. I know you remember this.
Okay.
Holmes was horrible. After like the first half, Holmes fell off a cliff.
He holds
was the-
on
I'll
to
give-
pitches
I'll-
too
I'll give you
long
the
in
eye
these
test.
things, man. You can't. It's hard. Trevino also is coming from Oakland where he doesn't have these type of issues or problems, regardless of what your batting average is. The pressure of pitching in New York. It's a whole different story than pitching in
One
Oakland
of
this time.
for me, one of the worst analysts, well, not worse, I can't say that, but A-Rod. It was the year that Tampa Bay
2020.
lost to the Dodgers, right? Was it to the
Yeah,
Dodgers?
2020. Pandemic
Their
year, 2020.
pitcher 1 through 3 in the first 6 innings was like 0 for 9 or whatever it was.
The Blake Snell. I remember this for a fact. Game
No,
6.
exactly.
He had one.
Okay.
He gave up a single to Mookie. They pulled him.
Okay, so the eye test. So here comes the eye test. If this guy is mowing down the best hitters in baseball, the top, of their biggest threats and blowing them away, they haven't even got one hit yet. The eye test tells you leave them in. What they do, they did analytics. Oh, we're gonna take him out because the third time or the fourth time through the batting order, usually pitchers don't do nothing. And as soon as they took him out, LA just went
The
off.
Dodgers. Yeah, I think they scored like 3 runs. Anything.
Okay, so the eye test for me has always been what is going to, because your analytics can tell you what they want, but
I understand the
now-
eye test. Lou, I love the eye test. I'm a baseball diehard. I love the eye test. But if you know a guy like Johnny, I'm giving you a hypothetical. Garrett Cole's shoving for 7 innings, right? He gives up. He has 2 runners on. It's a 3-0 game, and Rafael Devers is at the plate. Do you keep him in?
How many strikeouts does he have? How many swings and misses does he have?
10.
No, because
No, he has 10.
You have to
No, I
factor
know.
that in.
No, I know. No, I'm saying this. Garrett Cole, 10 strikeouts through 7 innings. He has 2 runners on. Devers is 2 for 2 in the game. Do you keep him in?
I'll leave him in because who are you going to bring in that's going to be better than him during the game? Okay, so if you're going to tell me he has 10 strikeouts and how many innings?
In 7.
That's almost 2 strikeouts per inning.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but like Devers is 2 for 2 in the game because I've seen it play out before. It played out in the playoffs, Johnny. I know you remember this.
I do remember that Devers.
Okay, you want to tell me Matsui versus Pedro Martinez? Who's your daddy? You know what I'm saying? I understand.
Wait,
that,
both
but-
times. By the way, both times. In 2009 and 2003.
Now, I'm going to bring up one final point. We'll go back to that in a minute about Boone. He used the most humiliating loss in Yankees history when we're down 3-0 to Houston and pulling up what the Red Sox came back for against us. Derek Jeter and everybody got pissed at Boone. Why would you use that as a motivating tool for the Yankees to come back against Houston, the most humiliating loss in Yankees history? You're going to show that to motivate your guys? That was awful. We're losing you again. We're losing you again.
I know, and I respect.
That's the
and
most
once again,
humiliating loss. Why would you?
John, I'm going to tell you this. That kid knows his stuff.
He does know his stuff, for sure.
He knows his
Absolutely.
stuff. But for me, the eye test is always going to win analytics.
I hear you on that, Lou. I'm just saying, Aaron Boone, that's like why would you show that as motivation when you're down 3-0? The most humiliating loss. You disrespected Jeter and everybody else. They all got pissed at him for it too. Like, how
Guys,
can
we
you
good?
Believe it. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear now, brother.
Yeah, all right. All I'm saying about, I remember.
Oh, no, once again. Gardini, once again, I'm sorry, brother.
Are you? Can we hear you or no? I didn't hear.
He was breaking up.
Wait. Is it good now or no?
You're breaking up.
Not too bad.
I'll come back one more time. It's fine.
It's all right. Lou had to do this a few times too in the past, man. So it's not just you; it's happened.
Yeah.
That's
That's Snell.
knows the stuff, but
Taking out Snell.
they're calling him
remember-
Robo Bruin. Bruin's calling him Robo Gardini's in and out. Robo Gardini.
Nah, come on, let's take it easy. This guy has
He knows his
impressed me.
stuff. I know it. Hey,
He
man,
has
it's not his
impressed
fault.
me. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not a hater, John. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And think about it, he's just about to finish high school.
Bottom line, yeah, it's true. I mean, look, man, I was a
Yo, guys, am I good?
I'm ego about a lot of
Yes,
stuff.
loud and clear.
We're good?
We can hear
All
you loud
right.
and clear. Bottom line with Boone, to me, the dude is like, give or take a game on the win and loss side, but I think he's like 14-17 in his playoff career with 0 World Series appearances. That on the Yankees team is on.
As a regular season manager, though, I love Aaron Boone. As a regular season manager.
Me too. I don't mind Aaron Boone. He sticks up for his players. He gets the wins every single
By the way,
year.
you know the funniest part is, Johnny, he's top 5. He's out of anyone in baseball right now, he's still top 5 in ejections for career managers, of active managers right now. He's the only one that played under 10 years. Who managed
There's a guy
10.
also who's a regular season.
Billy Martin.
Marty Schottenheimer. Couldn't
Or Billy.
win.
Who holds the record for most ejections out of
Head coach?
I like Aaron Boone. I don't hate him, but you're not gonna the guy
Billy Martin, right?
17 in the playoffs with
Wait. Are we talking all time? Like all time?
all time managers ejections?
Okay. I need you to ballpark me. Are we talking before 80s or after 80s?
Mid 90s to maybe 8
Whoa!
years ago, 10 years ago.
Is he safe? Yes, he is. Escobar missed that ball. Trevino pushed that to third. Wow. Well, we got Trevino on third right now with 1 out. Trying to tie this game.
Wait, what did you say? 90s through what?
Mid 90s to maybe
Oh, Lou Piniella.
no.
I thought it would have been Piniella had the most infamous ones. That I know.
Billy Martin is the most famous Yankee one, kicking dirt and doing all that. You talking about?
No, I said who was the most ejected coach in
For the
history?
Yankees?
No, in general. No, in
Believe it
general.
now, is ejected more times than you realize as a Yankee manager. But all time, I don't know who's all time. I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, is go ahead.
I'm gonna give one more guess.
Go ahead.
No, not Tony. Tony La Russa would never talk to a manager.
That would be a good guess.
I'll
Bruce
take a guess.
Bochy.
Oh, go ahead, Gardini. You guess first. I'll take a guess.
Bruce Bochy.
No.
Bobby Cox.
As
That was-
a manager, I think he broke it.
That was my
Bobby Cox. Yes, it just
That would have been my fifth. That would be my fifth guess. It was my guesses were Lloyd McClendon, Lou Piniella, Tony La Russa, Bruce Bochy, Bobby Cox.
Lloyd McClendon. He had some of the funniest ejections. Wow.
Grabbing third base, just throwing it over.
Pirates. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I'll just end it with the Boone thing. I like Boone also, but when you're a New York Yankees manager, you're 14-17 in the playoffs, and you've never been in the World Series.
Johnny, would you be opposed to this? Would you
bounced around the NFL for the same reason? Great regular season coach, outstanding. Could never.
Oh yeah, didn't he coach on the Air Royale or whatever it was? The Chargers or my
Schottenheim was the Chargers. His famous ones were with the Browns 2 years in a row in the AFC Championship game. He lost to John Elway and the Broncos. And yes, Ernest Biner, the famous fumble at the goal line with a minute left in the game.
I'm going to say this, Gardini. You must be reincarnated of some dude that was born in the 60s.
Bowers with the hit. That scores the run, 1-1.
I told you. By the way, I told you. Bowers, great fielder, less of a hitter than Matt Carpenter, but he's still doing the same role.
Trevino, I got what I yelled at before. He actually tagged up on Marte, Trevino of all people, and made it the third. Marte overthrew it, and then now Bowers got a big hit.
I give Trevi credit for this. He cannot bust out of the box, but when he's just like running on the bases, he's a lot faster though. But when he's just like running the bases,
he was a huge pickup.
That's like Brian Nemo. Like, how are you the leadoff hitter and you only have like 2 steals the whole year? He's not fast. He's not fast at all.
What was that?
The dude can rate again. Brian Nemo. He's the dude can work in that bat, but stealing bases, he can't do it.
I wish the Yankees had Nemo. I wish Yankees had Nemo.
They were going after him too.
They did have him. They did have him, but they didn't want to bring him back because of we're trying to change the pay. Gardner, we always spoke about
Brett Gardner.
I thought you were talking about Nemo for a minute. Yeah, Brett Gardner.
No, we weren't talking about Nemo, but I said you did have him. It's just you got rid of him.
Lou, I know you watch the Mets a lot. I know. tell me this: Brandon Nimmo is what Brett Gardner would have been if Brett Gardner was a slightly better of just a pure hitter.
I'm gonna disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna disagree with that. That dude Gardner used to do 9 pitch at bats, 10 pitch at bat, 13 pitch at bat. And then on top of that, not just strike out, get the hit or get the walk. That dude used to run up
I
the
love
count.
Gardy. As a Yankee fan, I loved Gardy. As a Yankee fan, I love Gardy with a passion. But at the same time, though, I can't take away. Nimmo's hitting in like the 290s every year, like 280, 290, 280. Somewhere around there. Gardy
He's gotten better because the first 2 years he was,
what was Gardy showing? What was Gardy? Gardy was like, Johnny, I know you remember. Gardy was like, what, like the 240s, 230s for like the last 6 years he was here?
Yeah, about that. Remember, he got stays of execution because Clint Frazier could never get it together. Where Brett Gardner is one of the hardest outs to get for an opposing pitcher.
Gardy was the, by the way, Johnny, I know you know this for a fact. After we lost Brett Gardner, has the team ever looked the same?
No. He was the last guy that could drop bunts, work counts. I remember the Field of Dreams game, the first Field of Dreams game. They talked to Liam Hendricks before the game on the Yankees. If you have to come in and close the game, who's like one of the worst hitters you want to face? You'd think a Judge, all these other guys said, oh, Brett Gardner.
Wow.
Fouls off 500.
wow.
Fouls off everything. The guy does not swing at anything. He'll be 0-2 for 20 minutes. It's true. Like Brett Gardner was the toughest out. He worked counts.
The funny part is about it.
Did you guys see
the funny part about it?
That double play was amazing. I just saw it, Lou. I just saw the replay. Incredible.
I'm assuming Lindor.
No, Escobar. To McNeil. Yeah.
Escobar to McNeil. Yep.
Once again, it's
Around the
hard
horn.
For Ventos or any other rookie to come in and sit on the bench and not being able to produce. Escobar has been rotting away. Don't get me wrong. Last month he's been killing it, but for him to go out there and do 2 plays, not 1 play today, 2 plays the way that was, you have to be a veteran. You have to be confident and in yourself. It's hard to put Ventos sitting down 2, 3, 4 games and then expect this young kid that's 21, 22 years old to go out there and produce like that.
Lou, I don't know if I'm mistaken here, but like, isn't Escobar making like 13, 14 million a year? Somewhere in the ballpark?
Somewhere in that vicinity, yes.
I understand.
He's a
Look,
bargain.
I understand. He's versatile. He can play the outfield. He can play anywhere in the infield. But is paying that and praying that the production itself meets up with the contract, or is it worse just giving Mauricio the shot?
But he doesn't play third base. And coming back to your point, because you mentioned it earlier, last 2 years he's been one of the hardest outs in baseball. The dude
in the second half.
The
second half, the dude cannot hit in the first half. I don't know what it is, but he flips the switch like this.
So we're waiting for the second half.
1-1 now, man.
Hey, Lou,
right along.
Lou, you got a month. You got a month left of Escobar misery.
You want to be honest? I would trade him. I would try to trade him. And I hate to say it.
You got to let Beatty take over now. Just let him take over.
So get something for him before he walks.
By the way, what have I been saying? You trade Escobar. You try to get just relievers. You don't have to even get the top guy. You just need people that can go there and just get outs.
Yeah. Ed would be his brother from Cincinnati. 14 or 15 for 15 and save opportunities.
He's amazing. He's unbelievable. You know what the funny part is? He had the worst fastball than his brother. He had the fastball that plays better than Edwin. It's not nearly as hard, but it moves more, and his slider is 5 times more dirty.
We need pitchers. Oh, look. Here comes Ventos. Real quick.
I already know what he's doing. You're way behind. First pitch.
Yeah.
First pitch. Well, here's Nimmo now. Yeah, I wanted Nimmo on the Yankees, man. We could have really used him. Look at the Yankees out.
We didn't even overpay for him. I think we gave him like 150 mil. It wasn't even that much that we gave him.
And he wanted to stay with the The Mets' problem is they didn't upgrade at all on their offense at all. You lose Alonso. They went after Correa. They lost on him. They just like, you can never come back with the same team overall.
If I'm not wrong, what is the ballpark right now for? Isn't him and McNeil getting like the same amount of money per year, like 16, 17 per year, somewhere in the ballpark?
Yeah, because McNeil signed an extension. Yeah, McNeil signed an extension.
No, I know. At the same time, though, I think Nimmo can sustain longer than McNeil. McNeil's ability to make contact is unbelievable. It's unbelievable, but at the same time, the discipline that Nimmo has cannot be taught.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't get the nickname the hit god because you can't hit. So McNeil is the man.
No,
For me,
I
he's the
know.
man.
I know he can hit. I trust that 100%. But as they age, what do you think can sustain itself better? A guy's ability to hit or a guy's ability to just keep taking pitches?
I would take McNeil every day of the week.
Agree to
My
disagree, brother.
opinion. No. And see, that's what me and you can get along, and we're awesome.
I'm letting you
have
two
your
go.
opinion,
Just go.
I
I
have
like
my
listening.
opinion, but McNeil, Nemo was nowhere near a batting title. My boy won a batting title last year, batting almost 370.
I know. Trust me. McNeil's a dog. I've been saying that, by the way, the only time I ever hated on Jeff McNeil, the only time I ever did it was in 2019 when DJ came to the Yankees. Johnny, I know you remember this. When DJ came to the Yankees and played like the best hitter on the team, and people were trying to put McNeil over him. I said, no
The
way.
machine, DJ, the machine. Come on, man. The guy's won a batting title in 2 different leagues. The guy is also the first utility.
He came third in MVP.
The first utility guy that I know to get a Gold Glove.
His first 2 years with the Yankees, he came top 5 in MVP.
Right.
The only time
You
I
would
hated
take wait a
McNeil
second.
is-
Let me back up. Let me back up and catch up. When you said you would take McNeil over DJ,
No.
I told you
That
I
was
wasn't
Nemo
paying
or
attention.
McNeil.
I was looking at this for a minute, huh?
he
Yeah,
said he
no, we
would
got
take
you.
Nemo over McNeil.
In the
Oh.
long, no, I said in the long run. I'm not saying right now. Right now, no way in hell. But I'm saying in the long run, though, I think Nemo's overall package can sustain itself longer.
McNeil is versatile, though. He can play infield and outfield. That's huge. The utility guys are huge. I know what you're saying with Nimmo, but I mean, the utility guy, like, would you want to get rid of DJ right now?
I'm not
comparing
I'm
McNeil
saying,
to DJ. I'm just saying Nimmo
no,
is.
I know.
And he won a batting title.
I'm saying, but look, worst case scenario, Nimmo is what? A very good on base percentage corner outfielder at like 33 years old. At worst case
Center
scenario,
fielder.
good on base
Center
percentage.
fielder. Still center fielder.
I don't think
No,
Nimmo's going to be
McNeil.
playing
I'm
center.
sorry, McNeil. Yes, corner.
By the way, Johnny.
My only issue with McNeil is he's not consistent every year. One year he's good, the next year he's not. Next year he's good.
He had
one bad year, not because of the hitting coach. It was because of the hitting coach.
And I'll tell you this: the only time I ever hated him is when Lindor punched him in his face, and then said,
also because
the
hitting coach is going for home runs when he shouldn't be.
It was a raccoon. Dude.
Raccoon.
I love the way they covered it, though. But that was cool how they covered themselves because they were off camera.
No, I'm sorry. That Mets team ticks me off. You first off, you say that it was a raccoon, and then you go to the thumbs down.
No. Wait, hold on.
That was Baez. Baez.
Hold on.
Lindor did it also.
I know.
No. It was Baez. Hold on. Let me back up on that. You know who lost the team? That was Luis Rojas. Okay, because
third base
the
coach.
Yankees third base coach.
Hold on. Conforto ran from right field into the dugout because he knew they were ready to fight. How is it the dude that's almost 400 feet away, no more than the coach that's 30 feet away or 20 feet away, knowing what was happening?
By the way, you know what that reminded me of? You guys remember the same year?
Gardini.
Luis Rojas might have known and just not cared. How can you not know? I think you.
No. I'm going to promise you, he did not know because trust me, Johnny, I've watched every replay. In the replay, he's looking into the field until Conforto runs behind him, and that's when he goes, like, what's going on? So you're going to tell me that you didn't know the whole thing of the team? McNeil didn't want to do double plays, didn't want to set up, wasn't listening to the door. And that's what happened. He ended up punching him in the face.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're 100%.
Good.
All right. You guys remember in the same year how the Padres ended up collapsing that year when they were like in the first place of the kind of similar to the Mets. They were in first place up until September and they fell off a cliff. But you remember how Tatis and Machado were caught fighting in the dugout?
Oh man, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was classic.
Yes.
Yep.
It kind of eked the same thing, except the Padres couldn't hide it because everyone caught it on camera, as opposed to McNeil and Lindor doing it kind of like gentlemen in the tunnel.
Mano a mano, man.
I'll give you I'll give you the
I mean,
best one ever. Papelbon choking Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
And in the dugout in front of everybody like this. Look,
Papelbon. Oh,
yo, it was probably worse than the trust free route.
you know what I remember about Papelbon besides that? Oh gosh. Was Papelbon.
We don't talk about
Yankees the Yankees last year when they had the All-Star game of Yankee Stadium. Terry Francona was the manager because they had won, the year before the World Series. And
They put
Papelbon
Papelbon
went
over
to
Mo.
Francona and said, if we get to the ninth inning of this All-Star game, I need to close this out.
No Mariano.
Francona was like, yeah, I'm going to do that in Yankee Stadium with Mariano.
Hold on. Look, see these fingers? These are not the fingers that he probably gave him. These are not the fingers that he gave him.
Francona's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'll do.
Lou, you move on over. Lou, move a finger over.
I will put Mo out there. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. That was dumb.
Lou, you got to move a finger over. That's probably what.
No. Once again, I'm being family friendly today.
Yeah, we know. We're not giving we're not putting double stream.
Imagine if he would have put him over Mariano. Oh my Lord.
I'm pretty sure they would have charged the field. I'm 100% sure they would have charged the field.
Well, that's what Frank said. It's like, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Put you in over Mariano Rivera at Yankee Stadium. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, sure.
I wanted to take this topic up with you guys because I don't know where you guys stand on this.
Okay.
As a pure baseball hitter, I don't care about steroids, no nothing like that. Barry Bonds is the best pure hitter in baseball history.
I agree.
Pure hitter.
Oh,
pure hitter.
Tony Gwynn.
I take Tony Gwynn over him as a pure hitter.
No, I'm saying in an overall package. An overall package of the
Tony
hitter.
Tony Gwynn.
Overall?
I'm going to tell you why. And I think I told you this before.
I know. The Tony Gwynn.
Maddox,
Tony Gwynn was amazing.
Maddox, Glavine, Smokes, Pedro. Out of all those first ballot Hall of Famers, you know how many times they struck him out?
3. He struck out in 20 years only a little over 400 times in 20 years.
At the same time, though,
pitchers in baseball.
The home run. I mean, all day. I mean, Bonds was a pure home run hitter, hit for average, base stealer, incredible. But most pure hitter.
Full package. No, I'm saying fine. Not pure hitter. Full package player. Full package on the offensive end.
Okay. See, the thing is, and no disrespect to your age, Tony Gwynn's career, and it's not even these 4 pitchers that we mentioned. We're talking about other pitchers that we can name. Randy Johnson.
Randy. Yeah. Okay. Yada yada.
But this guy, you could not get him out. Think about it. He could have went 0 for 1,000 or some ridiculous number and still
over 300. Exactly.
So don't get me wrong. I think Barry Bonds was the most feared hitter. Think about this.
Of all time.
Feared 100%.
Of all time.
And you're walking. You intentionally walking with bases.
Johnny, I know you remember this. The only guy I've ever seen the Yankee do the same thing to, Josh Hamilton in 2010.
Oh my gosh, I do remember that. Yes. Josh Hamilton, man, what a wasted career. Holy crap.
The alcohol, he was an alcoholic. That's what killed him.
Alcoholic.
And he was awesome.
Time. The Rays didn't even want to give him up to the Rangers. They didn't want to give him up. They had
no, Johnny. I don't know if you remember this. He goes to Cincinnati first. He wins the home run derby at the stadium. Everyone gets the buzz. Oh, this kid is actually talented. And then he goes to Texas and wins an MVP. And then kills the Yankees in the playoffs.
Oh.
Yeah, but then he disappeared after 6 seasons.
And then he goes to.
Then he went to LA.
Yeah.
Did he go to the Reds?
Yeah, he played for the Reds for 1 season and won the home run derby.
Wow, I don't even remember that. That I don't remember. I don't remember him on the. I remember winning the home run derby. I just don't remember him being on the Reds. That's wow.
Yeah, I know. It's the weirdest.
Okay. Hate
wow,
me all you want right now.
That. I don't even remember him in the Reds, man.
John Olerud over Barry Bonds. If I needed a clutch hit.
Yeah, I'm not. By the way, yeah, I know. I'm saying in the regular season. And the playoffs, Bonds was horrible. Horrible.
Because nobody wanted to pitch to him.
And then, he did the same thing. I know, Johnny,
We'll wait for you. Bring it back. We'll wait for you.
John Olerud was about to break the 400 mark until actually 93 when they went into a strike. Tony Gwynn for me is the greatest hitter ever. I don't think I can pick anybody over him. Don't get me wrong, Barry Bonds was the most feared hitter. He didn't need the steroids. I think he took the steroids because of Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa was getting the limelight, and I think his ego
Am I good?
got the best
Yeah,
of
you're
him.
good.
Loud and clear. So Barry Bonds' ego got the best of him, but he
100%.
He
had the same. Johnny, I know you know this. As a Yankee, Barry Bonds had the same issue A-Rod has as a Yankee. It came to the playoffs. Nobody wanted to pitch to him, but he didn't care, and he would go for everything and try to hit the home run.
A-Rod felt all the pressure. You know what's funny with A-Rod is he's like, they don't want to, no one wants to credit him for what he actually did do in 09. The big reason why the Yankees won in 09 is because of A-Rod's playoffs.
A-Rod carried us to the World Series.
And unfairly to him, I know he's bad in a lot of them, but unfairly to him, the media loves to put A-Rod's numbers as a Yankee only in the playoffs. They always like to forget the Seattle years. They don't include the Seattle seasons.
He was great in Seattle. He killed us. Right. He killed us in the playoffs.
But that, again, goes back to my point of pressure in New York. But it's unfair to him that when they bring up his numbers, it's always Yankee related. Never. When you combine it with his Seattle years, his numbers in the playoffs aren't that bad.
They aren't.
But they're remembered with the Yankees, not because no one cares about the Mariners. The only baseball team to not make the World Series in their existence.
Real quick, Bulldogs and Mick, I will pick Tony Gwynn over Barry Bonds any day of the week.
If you need a base hit, 100%. If you need a hit, 100%. If you need a hit, 100%.
See, you guys
actually, Johnny. No, Lou, I'll argue with you this.
Hold on. Lockport made a good point here. Ichiro's got to be in that conversation for.
I was just about to bring him up. I was about to say Ichiro. I was going to say the only guy in history that can hold the candle to Tony Gwynn in that category is Ichiro.
No, I'm gonna tell you why, Verdini. Me and Johnny had a conversation like 2-3 weeks ago about players that struck out less than 300 times in 1 year, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Johnny? When we were on the phone, yeah. Yep.
Okay, on the phone. We mentioned Ichiro. No, we mentioned so many great players.
DiMaggio, when you text me, you're right. DiMaggio, how we forgot about him.
Okay,
right.
DiMaggio was the one that we missed. And
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this though. I love old fashioned baseball. I'm a baseball purist. But at the same time, I cannot say in good faith that the guys from the 20s to the 60s could hold a candle to the pitchers nowadays. In terms of hitting. I don't think they would be able to.
Well, the pitching
it depends who you're talking about. Because we can
back
talk
then, they were
about
stuffing the ball, which for some reason
let's talk about well, back in the days, they used to pitch 17 innings.
I mean, yes. Yes.
Nowadays, okay, hold on real quick. Gradini, give me 1 second. In the 80s, 70s, 60s, which I can't remember because I wasn't there, but there was no lefty specialist. There was no righty specialist. There was not one guy that came in. Even Mariano Rivera might not even be the way he is because the way baseball has changed. But you can't compare eras because
it's the same thing I say about basketball.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I agree.
Same thing I said about basketball.
Well, we can do that in all of them. Football, football too.
Football
let a receiver catch a ball now. Back when I grew up, you could mug that receiver in the first 5 yards.
Football is tricky though, because in a sense, I think how the players are still built nowadays, I think they would still be able to take the beating back then. That's what I'm saying. A guy like DK Metcalf, you told me he couldn't take a hard hit back in the 70s.
Okay, so why are these players missing 10, 2, 5 games? Back in the days, they didn't miss no games.
At the same time, Lou, you got to remember how they're telling the players to condition themselves is to get them the most athletic body possible, and it's killing them on the ligaments.
Yes,
exactly. The ligaments can't handle it.
Can't handle it 100%. But me and Johnny had a discussion a couple of weeks ago about the best people that didn't strike out. We mentioned Ichiro. we mentioned oh my God, we mentioned so many names, and it was
Pete
like
Rose.
maybe 2 or 3 that Pete
Oh,
Rose.
there was one on pace. Don Mattingly on pace.
Don Mattingly was one of them. That was, so yes, Barry Bonds in our era, the people that didn't watch, the Big Red Machine,
The
John
A's,
Olerud,
Oh man, the
matter
Big
of
Red
fact,
Machine,
even,
Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench,
Martinez for Seattle. If you want to start bringing in some of the people,
Oh,
Edgar
Tino or
Martinez.
Edgar? Tino or Edgar?
Edgar
Edgar
killed
Martinez,
the Yankees. One of the best
Scott
DHs of all time.
Scott Brocious, what was the other guy that we mentioned? The
Knobloch? Knobloch until the
no,
Yankees.
Knobloch. No, he wasn't even mentioned. We mentioned so many
we
great
mentioned
players.
not Edgar. Oh, you're talking about strikeouts.
We mentioned
John
Pujols wasn't even on the list.
No, was
At the same time,
Olerud one of them?
Olerud was one of them on the list.
Yeah, Olerud.
Ty Cobb.
Tony Gwynn, talking about less than 300 strikeouts in one season. Not 300.
Oh, please.
I forgot what it was.
Have 400 strikeouts right now.
Guys, I'll bring up. You want me to go old fashioned? I'll go very old fashioned. Ty Cobb.
Wow.
He didn't make it either. I don't think.
Honus
he made it
Wagner. What about Honus?
Pete Rose made it
way back in time now, man. That is,
the 1920s, the 1920s and the 1910s.
Well, I know you can go back to Lou Gehrig and Joe DiMaggio. I think he had the least amount of strikeouts in that time span. Because I remember,
and I told you, I texted you. I was like, "Hey, Johnny, how can you forget this guy?"
Bonds, Sosa, or McGuire, Mick on.
No,
Bonds, I'd take Bonds over Sosa, McGuire any day.
McGuire? No, Sammy. I will give credit to was a naturally talented player.
Yeah, Eddie Murray was great.
Sammy naturally was talented as all can be. McGuire is the only one out of the 3 of them that I think would never have been the same player if it never was for the steroids.
He wasn't a Hall of Famer. He was an okay first baseman, but he wasn't.
Negative. Mark McGuire broke the single rookie season with 52 runs.
Lou, you got to remember he was roiding in the rookie year with Canseco. It was documented.
Yeah, he was roiding from
He
day
said,
one.
she said. If you want to say that, I can't disagree with you on that.
Who was the original guy? While we're on this, who was the original guy to bring up the steroid era? It was not Canseco.
Oh, Jose Canseco.
No. Further back. Further back. I know who you're talking about.
They just didn't give him the credit because he's known player, but not known like Canseco. He was
Mm-hmm.
the first guy to mention it. It wasn't made a big deal then. He was the first guy to mention it. You guys know who I'm talking about.
I know who it is. I can't get the name.
Lenny Dykstra, right?
Huh?
Lenny Dykstra?
Oh, no.
Johnny, I know. The name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't. I don't got it. Like, I know it.
Ken Caminiti was the first one to leak that out.
Oh, who was the guy, by the way? Baltimore. I know you remember this. In '97 or something.
The catcher.
He was like a 20 home run.
Catcher. 50
No, he was a 20.
Runs.
Yes. Brady Anderson.
Hanley.
Yeah, he had over 50 home runs.
Brady
Brady.
Anderson. But you know what the funny part is? The interesting part about it was after he hit 50, he never topped 30 again.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's plenty of players
saying,
that, but they only focus on the one, and not for nothing. Bud Selig, who's so against Pete Rose getting in, and so against the other thing, he ran the steroid era. How is he in the Hall of Fame? He's the biggest.
You know what the funny part is? You know what the funny part is? The funny part is, Bud Selig, what basketball commissioner David Stern. They played two of the most scandalous eras in basketball history, but they get all the credit.
Yeah. Bud Selig, it's like you must know a lot of great people because he's so against Pete Rose for cheating, but you oversaw the biggest cheating era. Pete Rose
the funny part
was a gambling addict.
So real quick,
addiction is different than outright cheating.
Hold on, real quick. They've been using greenies for one thing I can't stand in hockey is the salt.
Oh, the smelling salts.
The
smelling salts.
Yeah, that's because when you get knocked silly, that's used in the NFL for years. Way
Does
back when.
that enhance their performance?
No.
How?
It
wakes
just
them
brings
up.
them,
It
it
makes
just
them
brings them
sharper.
back to well, just like a cortisone shot. That's steroids.
Okay. So
I mean,
so,
it's kind of
so,
it's kind of like a velo slap in a sense. It's like a
so the
you know,
greenies, for me,
To me,
Any-
that smelling
okay.
salt is no different than steroids helping a pitcher throw a better curveball. It doesn't help him do that. A shot from a player in hockey is not going to make him put that shot in any better.
you can't say
That's a
that, John,
smelling
because
salt. That's not injections.
no. Lou, I get what
But
you're
is it-
saying. I get what you're saying. Lou, I
is it
agree with you in a
enhancing
sense.
their performance.
No, it's not enhancing the performance itself. It's enhancing their sustainability over a game.
There you
So
go.
is
That's a
that
better explanation.
so? Okay, wait. Sustaining their ability throughout the game, right? So without that, will they be able to sustain their ability without that?
That's
These are
my main
smelling
issue with
salts in the
steroids.
NFL,
That's
but
my
it's
main
not.
issue
You're
with
comparing
steroids.
that to injecting your body with strength steroids. It's not the same thing.
No. I'm not saying that. My question is this: you said sustaining their ability. So you're gonna tell me that if they don't take it, they're not gonna be able to sustain their ability, right?
It's really to bring
So
him
is
back to
that-
consciousness.
So is that?
Oh,
okay,
error
look
by
at
the
it.
Mets. Yankees
So-
score.
So,
Oh, that was a
so is
bad
it
throw.
Johnny,
Sorry,
just keep clapping.
an
Johnny,
enhancement?
we're gonna keep clapping.
sorry, Lou. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off there.
No,
That should
it's
have been
okay.
a double
It's okay.
play by the Mets. That was a bad error, and I think it was on
Yeah.
Vientos. I think he missed the throw from McNeil. I'm looking at it now. There
Same
goes
thing with
McNeil.
Brandon Nemo yesterday, missing
Oh,
that.
bad throw by McNeil. Bad throw. But he still should have got it, though. Still should have got it. Vientos still should have got that, man. Bad throw or not, a good first baseman.
Guys, I'm not watching. Is JV still in the game or no?
Yeah, he should have ate that. He should have not even thrown that.
Yo, guys, I'm not watching right now. Is JV still in the game?
No, he's out.
Oh,
No,
they don't.
he three hit the Yankees and gave up 1 run. Typical, you know.
Johnny, what did I tell you? Prime Pedro Martinez when it comes to the Yankees.
That's how you get Verlander, Lou. Just pitch him against the Yankees all the time. You'll get the Verlander you want.
Oh yeah, by the way, Johnny, you want to know the statistic actually? Since coming to Houston in 2017, Justin Verlander has a 1.3 ERA against the Yankees in 17 starts.
Always Moses. And then when Houston had to go on to try to get to the World Series against Tampa Bay, do you remember they go to Tampa and he gives up like 10 runs? 7, and Verlander gets smacked around by Tampa, the small ball kings.
Yep.
They made the World Series. Why? Because they have small ball players. We can't even make the World Series, and 2 of our players alone wipes out their whole roster payroll-wise. Anyway, Lou, going back to what you're saying, you were talking about
It's pathetic.
sustaining in the game for hockey. I don't want to get away from what you were talking about.
Okay, so real quick. So break it down. So 2 periods in hockey, right? I'm giving it my best. Here comes the 3rd period. I'm tired. I'm mentally exhausted. And now I'm able to snip the salt that's going to bring me back up to where I need to be. That's performance enhancing.
Well, Mick just
It's a-
brought up a
it's
good
a-
point, too. Is it any different than an offensive lineman needing oxygen on the sideline? Why are they doing that?
Yes, performance enhancing.
But it's not, but steroids
Not-
is literally
no,
injecting
not
your
necessarily.
body with
It's
strength
not
that you
frowned
don't
upon.
normally have.
No.
It's not frowned upon. But let's go back to
Because it's not a legal drug.
No, Johnny,
Not illegal.
guys,
I
It's
agree.
not
the
injecting
oxygen thing, I
yourself with
think,
strength.
but oxygen's in a different category. Oxygen itself is in a different category, but the guy cannot literally move if he doesn't.
But those smelling
That's
salts,
like-
are why the smelling salts aren't giving you strength, extra strength to get hit home runs.
it's giving you
putting
an
back on.
edge. Is it giving you an edge?
Okay, wait, Lou, I got a question. Lou, I got a question
I don't
though.
think
I got a
so.
question though. Lou, I got a question though. If a player takes like an energy drink before a game, right, and it wakes him up for the game.
Gatorade. Gatorade was invented by
No,
the
no,
Florida
no.
Gators.
No, I'm not saying Gatorade. Gatorade is different. I'm saying like you know how they've been putting out ads for like 5-hour energy and stuff like that. If you take that before a game and that thing like wakes you up, is that a PED in a sense?
Okay, let me ask you a question. What do you're in school, right? 7th period.
Yeah.
You're half asleep. You got 2 periods left. You take this 5-hour energy. Are you going to be up or are you going to still be sleeping?
I'm gonna be up.
Did it enhance your 7th and 8th period?
100%.
Not like steroid. We're talking about injecting your body with a strength steroid.
okay.
That's-
No,
Just because
Johnny,
it's
it's a
allowed-
less
just
egregious case. It's a less
Just because it's
egregious case
allowed.
though, but in a sense, it's a PED. In a sense, it is a PED.
It is.
It might not be like what a steroid is that gives you boosted muscles and gives you sustainability from injury.
You take ibuprofen for the headache. Is that enhancing?
No. That's different. That's different.
We're putting it in category against.
No, I'm not categorizing it with steroids. I'm categorizing it in the sense that if the player itself did not take it before, is he able to finish out the game? Is he able to? Is he dead on the ice or is he moving?
He wasn't doing coke during the game, or Lawrence Taylor for that matter.
I haven't even got to that yet, John.
Where are we going with this conversation? Nicky Mantle was drunk in games. One
thing I'm going to say about.
Where are we going with this? Nicky Mantle admitted to being drunk in games, so like, would he not have been Nicky Mantle?
Look at your boy that pitched a no-hitter coming off of one of his craziest nights.
Doc Ellis.
I'm just saying, I don't see how this is compared.
No. I know. I'm saying I know who you're talking about, but Doc Ellis pitching a no-hitter on LSD.
What I'm talking about is you're talking about smelling salts compared to illegal drugs that actually enhance your performance.
I'm not, Johnny. Johnny, we're not putting it in the same category.
You're missing the argument, John. You're missing the argument.
I missed something in the beginning of this argument.
My argument is this.
Lou, I think you can do it.
What's the difference?
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. The Mets are making all types of errors out there. Go ahead, Lou. Oh my! The Yankees are scoring runs. This inning should have been over.
So when a player gets suspended for gets suspended for performance-enhancing drugs, right?
Right.
That's banned because you have to say the word banned.
Right, of course.
What's the difference between a smelling salt? So if I played.
Not bad.
Hold on. No, it's not. So I played 2 periods, right? Going hard, going 150%. Now here comes the 3rd period. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally stressed. I do this. Next thing you know, I'm like this.
Usually
Lou, Johnny,
when you get knocked out or you're.
Tell me this isn't it. Tell me this isn't it though. In a sense, smelling salts is like a more like nullified version of what cocaine did. In the nullified version, it kind of is.
Smelling salt is greenies in baseball.
But we can go back and say the pitchers back in the 70s and 80s that when they're allowed to scuff the ball, they said, well, that wasn't cheating. Sure it is. You're getting an extra break on the ball by scuffing.
Oh, by the way, Johnny. Actually, Lou and Johnny.
It's not cheating if it's like steroids. It's not the same to me. These are are they performance?
It's not illegal. It's not illegal, but it does enhance your performance.
Does it? Where's the proven fact of that?
Johnny, come on.
Johnny, if I give you a smelling salt, it's going to be up until 3 in the morning.
That failed steroid test. Where's the proven fact that some guy scored? Show me all the goals. You need to show me how a guy comes out.
I'll give you a better example.
Did he score more goals because of that salt?
I'll give you a better example. Sticky gloves in football.
That's a better example. You're right.
So with that.
Or Lou, I'll give you even better. Lou, I'll give you even better. Lou, I'll give you one even better. The stick, I don't know if you guys remember this, but you remember when the stick, when they were like taking like that spray can and like putting it all over the basketball?
You lost me on that one. I don't remember that.
No, I'm saying I remember this. It was like 2017. 2017. You walked. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lou.
My point is, where's the proof that guys are scoring more goals because of smelling salts? Steroids, you got all the proof, Brady.
I'm not saying that. We're not saying that. We're saying it helps you. It helps you to be able to sustain your level amount of energy that you had previously than as opposed.
You have an energy drink. You had performance enhancing.
I said that. That's what I'm saying. I said if that is the case, then I know. I'm saying I agree with that. That's why I brought it up.
And I'm going to go with your point, Johnny. What's the difference between steroids and coffee?
A lot. Coffee doesn't help me to hit home runs.
No, but coffee keeps you up. It gives you energy to keep on going when you're tired.
Not even the same category, though. That's saying smelling salt.
Oh, yo, you guys want to? Lou, speaking of it, actually.
The smelling salts and cocaine.
Lou, by the way, speaking of coffee.
It's almost the same thing, John.
It's not the same thing. Why do people
out there do it? It's a boost of energy. It's a boost of energy.
But it's not going to give you 50 home runs. There's plenty of guys drinking energy drinks right now in Major League Baseball. Are they hitting 50 bombs?
but that's not
No.
the whole point. I'm saying performance enhancing. Is
It enhances you. That is not a disputable
How
fact.
long does a cup of coffee keep you awake? One cup of coffee to give you this
at
much
least
energy?
2 hours?
Oh, I don't know.
The whole game?
I mean, yeah.
No,
No, actually,
2 hours.
no.
But if you
Actually,
drink
Lou,
3 cups-
unironically, yo, guys, unironically, actually, I got like 3 hours of sleep. I took a cup of coffee. It got me through the morning.
You're 19, dude.
Did it enhance
You're
your performance?
19.
I still, dude, I couldn't move.
You're
I couldn't
19.
move.
You're
I
talking
couldn't
to
move.
older guys here, man. You're not. You have.
I know.
can
At the
go to
same,
sleep at 19
I'm saying
and
still,
feel-
Johnny, I couldn't even get out of bed this morning.
You're 19.
Look, we're not talking about Lawrence Taylor smoking crack before a game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mickey
complete
Mantle, I
different-
mean, the drinking, did that help him see the ball better? Maybe it did. I don't know. There is
That's
the
what I'm saying.
guys going out and scoring more goals
What?
because
No, Johnny.
smelling salts.
Drunk? No, Johnny. I'm pretty sure we all know that being drunk does the opposite of enhancing you.
Hey, the 86 Mets won on a lot of good stuff going on in that dugout. And they hated each
I
other.
agree,
What?
and I'm thankful for it.
I know.
But
No,
doesn't
no,
mean that.
Oh, wait, Lou, by the way, who you got on?
Win.
Lou, who you got on? Lou, what jersey
I
you
got-
got on?
Keith Fernandez.
Keith Hernandez batting jersey. Yeah, I got to.
No, and I have to give respect to this. This jersey that I'm wearing right now, my good
These
friend,
jerseys slap.
Mr. Johnny Basement, send it to me.
That was a good one because there was a deal going on because I got a Darryl Strawberry batting one, and because I
Doesn't matter. I
points he
appreciate
wanted
it,
this
Johnny.
stuff, it offered me another one, and I'm like, I'm getting the Keith Hernandez because I knew Keith Hernandez was his main guy.
The most iconic of
'Cause
the,
I got
of
a
the
one
crack,
like
of
that
the crack
Strawberry,
Mets,
number 18. I said, let me send Lou, man. Let me
of
send
the
Lou.
crack induced Mets. People who we know who took actual
By the
drugs
way,
for the Mets.
just big shout out. We were talking about IKF. We'll go right back to this conversation. IKF stole home, and for all that missed it, stole home.
Yeah.
Did you
He
see
stole
that?
home.
He's the first one to do it.
No, I haven't. I'm not-
IKF stole
you know,
home.
2016.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I've been enjoying the conversation way too much to the point where I haven't even been paying attention to the game.
Well, that's why I just shout out IKF. He
I
stole
can't even.
home.
I'm gonna agree with you. Oh man, I can't. I haven't even looked up yet.
Dude,
IKF
I haven't looked at the game since the third
stole
inning. I haven't looked at the game since the third inning. Like I got the game playing in back of me. I haven't paid attention to it once.
Now, Flex, hold on. Flex brings up a point here. Caffeine blocks specific receptors in the brain that medicate critical functions like sleep, arousal, cognition, memory, and learning. Blocks tiredness,
true.
doesn't actually boost energy. That's you
That
guys
is
see
true.
in your chat.
Yeah, I know what he's
But
talking about. It's
my
true though.
My rebuttal to that is this: when you have athletes, it's muscle memory, it's repetitive actions. So yeah, you're not learning because what you're hitting, you've learned already. What you're catching, you already done catch. The goalie is blocking. It's not helping. It's not giving you anything.
It's not helping you do it.
It's enhancing
Exactly.
the ability that you already have.
Exactly. That is the point.
OG Dweller, Truba Train in the house. That's Gardini. Truba just
Oh, what's
asked
up, Truba?
where it is. The OG, the Cellar Dweller nights have started, Truba. You got to email me and let me know when you want to be on. All you guys, the OGs, get the first dibs, man. You guys have been with me before I even started live streaming. You guys get first dibs. Truba, that is Gardini. OG Dweller. He asked last night to be on. He's on. Truba, you got to be on too.
The point that me and Gardini are agreeing is astronomical.
It's unbelievable. I did not think it would come to this.
No, we're gonna skip back past that because I think we already ran that through the ground. But yes, the Yankees are winning 3-1. They're out hitting us. They're out playing us.
I'm going to be honest. This is the ugliest baseball I've seen out of a Yankee team in 6 years. The ugliest baseball I've seen out of a Yankee team in 6 years.
Yep, it is. It's ugly. It's terrible. I don't even have
It's
confidence
ugly.
we're going to close this game out with a 3-1 lead.
Ah,
I don't even have confidence.
like,
Look at IKF.
I'm like, I don't care if he
that was amazing. Oh my gosh.
But
He
the
walked
funniest thing,
He
The
walked
funniest
halfway down
thing-
the line.
the funniest thing that happened, at least for me tonight, is that I told Johnny Basement yesterday. Alvarez reminds me of a Mike Piazza Pudge
Buster
Rodriguez,
Posey,
and
Pudge
Buster
Rodriguez.
Posey. You know what how John looked at me? He goes, "Are you for real?" And I said, "You know, Johnny, I don't like to mention people or compare people." And here comes Goodini, the dude that me and him go back and forth, said the same identical thing. That he's a stud.
He's a stud. And honestly, if the Yankees ever had the Yankees have not had a catcher, and even Alvarez is rough since Posada stopped catching for us in 09.
The reason why I don't like comparing rookies to, you can compare similarities here, there, and the others
Because
we're
if
in
they
an era now
disappoint, you
where
call them a
everybody's
dust.
got to be great right off the bat. This is why quarterbacks don't get developed right away. If you're not good in the first 2 years,
Same thing with Volpe.
and I don't mean just.
By the way, same thing with Volpe. I get it. It's the same thing with Volpe right now.
Troy Aikman said it himself. He was like 9 touchdowns to 21 interceptions in his first season. He'd be gone.
Peyton Manning Hayden set the record for interceptions in a rookie year.
Right, Peyton Manning. Look at that. And
he's arguably the second best quarterback in NFL history. He's arguably the second best quarterback in NFL history.
Do you think Mariano Rivera as a starter would have even? We'll get to that in a second, Gardini. Do you think
Mariano almost got
today's game would be able to be put to a setup guy, then to a closer when it's starting?
No.
Didn't Mariano started like 2 games, right? Mariano started 2 games and he got shelled in both of them.
2, I think he was 5-2 or 2-5, something like that.
As a starter,
yes, he was ready to be out the league.
He set up for John Wetland. I don't know what you just said there, Lou.
I know.
No. I said that he was almost about to be kicked out the league.
Yes, Gene Michael talks Steinbrenner, as far as I understand, into keeping him. Hey, let's try him as a setup guy. Nowadays, you don't get. That's why I don't compare these guys to superstars, because it puts so much pressure on a quarterback, a running back, a pitcher, coming in. Who's going to replace Jeter? No one's going to replace Jeter. Who's going to replace Mariano Rivera? Nobody. You can't come in. Thing. So
nobody.
Like now, when it's like, well, Sauce Gardner is definitely the next Rivas. Well, he looks like he might be, but it's 1 season. Now let's see if the league figures him out. Just like a great pitcher 1 year. Let's see. Remember, what was his name? Bob. What was his name from the Dodgers? He had like 80 saves in a row, and all of a sudden he was better than Mariano.
Gardner. Gagne. With the glasses.
People figured him out. They didn't make the proper.
By the way, actually. The funny part about Gagne is that he was the most dominant. He had the most dominant 2-year stretch in baseball history. Then he fell off a cliff.
Dude, I can tell you, Familia had like 50 saves at one point in his career with the Mets.
By the way, you know what, Lou, the thing about Familia, you know when I knew he wasn't going to sustain it? When he gave up the home run in the wild card. That's when I'm like, oh no, it's over.
I can give you a million reasons why he wasn't going to sustain it. When it came to clutch, he wasn't clutch.
Oh, hell no. Didn't he blow 2 games in the World Series? Did he blow 2 games in the World Series?
I don't want to talk about it. Against the Royals, I don't want to talk about it.
I know, Lou, I know. Trust me, I watched it. I was going for the Mets that year, believe it or not.
Oh, trust me. Like, even Benitez came from Baltimore.
Armando Benitez.
Killing it. And every time he faced the Yankees, he took a poop on himself. Every time it was a big situation,
Tino Martinez in the back. Remember that?
Pooped on himself.
Oh yeah, and it started the best brawl, arguably in MLB history.
Look at Cordero. Mets got first and third, 2 outs. Oh boy, Mets are and he's got a 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
Anyway. You guys aren't watching.
Oh no, I'm watching, John.
Hold on a second. I got to see what happens here. There you go. There's a strike. Now you said Peyton Manning's the second greatest.
Wait, what's the situation? What's the situation? I might start watching the game again. What's the situation? I might watch the game again.
Cordero, it's first and third. Mets. The Yankees up 3-1, bottom of the 7th. It's 3-1 right now.
No. Cordero's in?
Yeah, he's not doing too good.
Okay, Johnny, I got 2 predictions. Either a double play or a 3-run homer.
What happened?
I say double play or 3-run homer. Only 2 outcomes.
How about he walked them and the bases loaded?
Never mind. That's even worse.
Oh, there's 2 outs, so the Mets still have a chance to screw this up. Aaron Boone's coming out. Now, did you say Peyton Manning was the second greatest quarterback of all time?
I said arguably. He has an argument for it. I'm not saying definitively. I'm not saying that.
I love
Again,
Peyton,
disagree.
but I don't know. I think
I
it's
can't disagree.
Brady and
No,
Montana.
I can't argue with him.
I know,
Seriously,
I know.
Peyton Manning didn't have the best team, didn't have the best defense. And then
Peyton
on top of that,
had a good
Peyton
receiver
Manning
for 5
had
years, and that
Reggie
was it.
Wayne,
Peyton-
Marvin Harrison, who's always forgotten about as one of the greatest receivers of all time. At Marshall Faulk, which I just still don't understand why the Colts got rid of him. Then he got that was a pretty formidable offense right there. Pretty formidable.
Yeah,
Reggie
but
Wayne, Marvin
the
Harrison. I
defense
don't know
was garbage.
why he never gets mentioned. You know what Marvin Harrison
the-
is? He's like Curtis Martin. These guys are two of the greatest players at their position of all time.
don't ever compare
Yup.
anybody to that man.
Who?
To Curtis Martin. Nobody.
Curtis Martin in 11 seasons had 14,000 yards.
Don't
Amazing.
compare nobody to that man.
Curtis
Yes,
Martin
his
was a
last carry
beast.
was horrible, or the last 2 carries was horrible, but that man was consistent on a very bad team. No offensive line, no offensive anything.
You know who reminds me of that?
and
You know who that
he
reminds me of?
crushed it.
He
You
was
know,
on a
Lester
couple of
said-
good jet
and
teams,
an
but as his
arguable-
career went on, he was on.
Barry
more
Sanders?
good.
I'm saying in an arguable sense. In an
Barry
arguable
Sanders?
sense, he kind of had the same thing. Kind of. But same thing with Adrian Peterson, if you think about it.
No. Adrian Peterson had 2 or 3 good runs with Minnesota, with Culpepper, with Moss, and a couple of other people. Curtis Martin had nothing for a very, 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 very long time. The dude fumbled on his 2nd or 3rd carry in his career, and he fumbled on his 2nd or 3rd last carry of his career.
Lou, if you want to talk about it, Adrian Peterson almost had 15,000 career rushing yards.
No. Adrian Peterson blew his knee out, and they came back and won MVP of the league or something like that.
Exactly. To 2001, almost 2,100 yards in a single season.
Curtis
I'm not
Martin
disagreeing with
had
you.
14,000 yards in 11 seasons. The guy ran up the gut all the time. Doesn't have any flashy breakaways. Didn't really run it, and he never fumbled. Adrian Peterson.
And he
was a
had no
fumbling
weapons.
machine.
Johnny, he had no weapons,
And-
so you were able to put 8 dudes in the box every single time against him.
He was on the 98 Jets. That was the best team he was on. 99 because Testaverde got hurt. Then 02 with
Out of the
Chad Pennington, they made the playoffs, but he had more bad Jet teams than good.
I'm going to say this.
Wise, though,
I think
you can't put a
behind-
on fumbling.
behind Barry Sanders, and I hate to say this, behind Barry Sanders, he was the 2nd most underrated player. I know that we don't say Barry Sanders underrated. No, and I'm going to tell you this. I know we don't say Barry Sanders is underrated, but even if we like and we acknowledge his greatness, he was still underrated.
Oh, he hit him. Come on, man. Oh, did I hit the bat? I think I hit the bat. Wait, watch this play. Oh, no, he hit him. He hit him.
Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to keep sinking in my chair.
Hit him in the
Out of just
elbow.
sadness.
Hit him in the elbow.
Yeah, I'm going to just keep sinking in my chair out of sheer sadness.
Marinaccio comes in. He hits Nimmo right off the bat. There you go. Hold on. Let's see this.
By the way,
The elbow. Yep, he did. He hit him.
yeah,
Great.
yeah,
Good
you know
job,
what,
man. Now
you know
it's
what I hate?
3-2.
Johnny, you know this, and I know this. I hate this about Marinaccio with a passion. He either looks like prime Mariano Rivera or he looks like Chapman last year.
And
No
he's
in
gonna
between.
look like- he's going to look like Chapman last year because he's starting out that way. Now he throws a high ball to Now Marte's up.
Mm.
Oh, boy.
Actually, honestly, Marte, the one out of the first 4 that doesn't scare me.
So
Out of the
Johnny,
Mets first
am
4,
I-
Marte is
am
the one
I,
that doesn't scare me.
Am I overreaching saying that Curtis Martin and Barry Sanders are the 2 biggest underrated players
I
of all
can't.
time?
You can't say Barry is because everyone understands that Barry didn't have a good team, but everyone understands the aura that was around him.
Yes.
Barry
and once
Sanders
again-
and
No.
Curtis Martin are the only 2 running backs in NFL history from year 1 to year 10 got 1,000 yards in each year, 10,000 straight yards. No one else.
Even
ever
if
done
we,
that.
You know, by
even
the way,
if we- Goodini,
Johnny,
hold on, real quick.
you know-
Goodini, hold on.
You gotta look.
Even if
You gotta look.
even if we praise Barry Sanders, he's still underrated because he had nothing.
100%.
Yo, let me tell you this. I know that you're graduating high
He would
school.
go back.
And
He'd go back 5
disrespect-
yards and make it into 15.
No, and no disrespect to you, Gradini. But I remember for almost 20 years that I
Don't
watched
walk them. Keep going. Keep talking.
football in Thanksgiving every single year that
Oh,
Detroit
come on,
and
man.
this of Dallas,
He walked him.
and the dude killed it, and he still underrated. Still underrated.
Oh,
Tie game.
100%. Barry Sanders honestly had the place in my heart like Megatron in a sense. Because he never had a good quarterback and he dominated the league
Are
year
you
to year.
serious?
Yeah, Nimmo overran the bag.
Are you serious? Oh my God. No disrespect.
This is what I said, Lou. I
don't
told
mean to
Oh,
bring
wait,
up.
maybe he didn't. I think Nimmo got his hand in. I think he got his hand in. Oh, that's close, man.
Oh, that's close.
Hold on. Let me see
if he didn't
There's not enough to overturn it.
this is the thing that's been killing the Mets the whole year.
Anyway,
It's
just
not
so you
fundamental.
know, to your Marinaccio point, he got the pitch count to 3-1 to where he had to groove a fastball to Marte right down the middle.
Oh, he got it. He's safe.
He's safe.
I think
He's
he's
safe.
safe.
By the way, Lou, I know you know this about the Mets. The whole year, the only thing that's killed the Mets on a game-to-game basis is basic baseball fundamentals.
Oh,
Oh,
our starting pitching, our relief pitching, our not having
our
Diaz.
fielding, our base running, our situational
Last
hitting.
year, and
you know what's funny is we're doing this to
agreed.
each other. How come we don't do this to other teams? If the Mets were down 3-1 to anybody else, they would lose 3-1. But no, we had to bring in these bums.
You know why, Johnny? Because it's two New York
the Mets-
teams going against each other, and they're both trying to lose it.
Right.
Not win it, lose
By the way,
it.
you know what I'm gonna say, Johnny. I know by the way, I know it's early, but I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be exactly the same thing that's gonna happen when the Giants and the Jets play this year. I feel like each team is gonna try to throw the game, but they're not gonna let the other one do it.
Marinaccio, dude. You'd have been better
Okay,
off
Johnny,
with Cordero.
Johnny, we need a solver for this. I need to be on for that Giants and Jets game. I
He's
need
gonna
to
be
be on
called
for that
out.
Giants and Jets game.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be called
we'll
out.
do that, man. Giants and Jets, we'll do that. I know. I get
That would be
one of these Gunner, Raleigh, the Bills fans, man. One of these guys got to be on for that Monday night opener, Jets Bills. One of them guys have to be on for that.
By the way, you know what the funny part is? Lou, have you seen the Giants schedule, by the way? We have 4 primetime games, and we have five out of our first 6 games are on primetime. We have Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, Sunday night.
And we might not even have a running back.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, Lou, I don't think I got to talk to you about this. Out of anyone, I get if Saquon is 2 years younger with no injury history, I'd give him that contract in a heartbeat. A heartbeat.
Okay, you're a diehard Giants fan, right?
Die hard.
I'm gonna tell you where the Giants messed up. You don't give Daniel Jones, not saying max contract, but this big contract, right? Because now Saquon has all the leverage. You're gonna give this dude in 4 years have one good season because of me, and you're gonna give him more money than you're gonna give me. He's not gonna sign $10 million a year.
No, Lou. You know the thing that goes back on that though, by the way? The Giants offered Saquon a 3-year deal for $13.5 million before the season last year.
Why? When Ezekiel Elliott just signed before Ezekiel Elliott.
But look, I'm saying no, Lou, I get that, but have you look at the last 3 big NFL running back contracts?
Logan, you guys
Zeke regressed.
Hold the fort.
Yeah, John, we got you,
I gotta
Johnny.
get
We
Rocco.
got you,
He's
Johnny.
outside. Give me
We
like
got you,
We got
Johnny.
you. We got you. We got
So
you.
hear me
Lou,
out,
I'm gonna say
Virginie. This is where they messed up. You don't give a subpar player max money. Well, not max money, but big time money. When you have
a decent amount for the position he has.
no, more gracious.
More. At the same time, Lou. If you look into the contract details itself, DJ doesn't actually get a guaranteed 30 million unless it's like a performance-based contract. I think it's like a base of 20 million for the next 4 years.
I agree. But is he gonna get that contract if who you said again?
I think his whole contract is incentive. Yeah, I think his whole contract is incentive based. I think the contract's incentive based.
So how can he hit those incentives if his running back he only had one bad year when he got hurt? When his running back carries him.
I know, Lou, I understand that. I love Saquon to death. I get that. But look at the last 3 contracts. McCaffrey tore his ACL and he missed 2 years. He missed 2 years.
I'll let him walk.
Zeke.
I'm going to let him walk. I will let him walk. I know it sounds crazy.
You going to let Saquon walk?
I will let him walk.
You going to let Saquon walk? I wouldn't say walk. I would not say walk. I would not say walk.
If we can meet in the middle.
If you can't meet in the middle, you got to let him.
You got to let him
I wouldn't say walk.
So,
I would not say walk. I wouldn't say walk. I would not say walk. I would see what is on the trade market for him. If you can't get anything of substantiated value on the market, that's when you let him walk.
Look,
because you ride out the year and then you let him go.
Right now, you had the dude that came from Minnesota,
Dalvin Cook.
Yes,
Dalvin Cook.
Which proven has been better than Saquon.
By the way, Zeke. I would not take Zeke. I would not take Zeke on any guard.
No. Zeke was a product of his offensive line and the team. I never liked him.
Actually, yeah, Lou. If you speak of it, by the way, that Dallas offensive line. Tyron Smith, all-pro at left tackle. Travis Frederick, all-pro at center. Zach Martin, all-pro at right guard.
You know who's getting screwed? Pacheco from Kansas City.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, you have a point there. The kid can run. The kid runs his. Wait, I forgot. We're on Johnny's stream. You got to keep it centered.
I'm going to give you another one. Hall from the Jets before he blew his knee out. He was in my fantasy league. Yo, for the first 4 or 5 games, was crushing it for me.
I know. No, Lou, guess what, by the way?
I'm not even done yet. I'm not done yet. Hold on. We're talking about rookies that are not getting paid. Pierce from Houston. Bananas.
Balling.
You had the dude, Lamb. Is Lamb a running back or a receiver for Dallas?
Oh no, CD's a wideout. Yeah, CD's a wideout.
He's a wideout. Sorry, hold on.
Pollard got it out.
There is so many. Okay, and I hate to say this because I don't mean to put a premium
disrespect
on running backs. Exactly, or disrespect on running back. But there's only been a few running backs the last couple of years that have been consistent, that
on a year-to-year basis. Yeah, exactly. Derrick Henry, the only one that comes to mind I know that has been that didn't get hurt until he broke his foot. Until he broke his foot, he didn't get hurt. But he was like 1,800, like 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 2K. Derrick Henry is the one guy in football. Oh my God! Joe Mixon.
So, am I willing to bet the house on a running back that might get hurt?
That has aged already and has been shown to have injury problems in the past.
Yes. You know who I would pick over Saquon? McCaffrey.
Oh, look, 100%. Christian McCaffrey is what Saquon is, but better at every aspect.
And he's smaller, and he does get hurt a lot too. Don't get me wrong, he does get hurt a lot.
At the same time, though, McCaffrey's injuries have been more like more freak accidents than Saquon's.
I agree.
Saquon's have been more like self-induced, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
McCaffrey's like, McCaffrey's like he slips on a guy. I remember he slipped on a guy and he tore his ACL.
I think McCaffrey's more, because I had both of them on my fantasy football last year. McCaffrey's more of you're too small. Learn how to take a dive. Learn how to slide. Stop taking hits. If you get 5 or 6 yards,
I know you remember this. About Saquon. Remember he came off the ACL. Where would he never go? He would never go up the middle. Everything was bounced out. Everything was
But
bounced
don't
out.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The dude is nice. The dude is nice.
The
It's
dude, the
just
dude is a beast. The dude is the best. He's the best running back. The best running back with Tiki.
Oh, hands down. And I hate Tiki Barber, and I have his red jersey.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
his
Everyone hates
last
Tiki
season,
Barber, and we know why.
his last season, he tried to disrespect Eli Manning, and they won a Super Bowl that year. So yeah, hold
Exactly.
on.
That was the funniest thing. By the way,
Hold on. I know we're in Johnny basement, so Tiki Barber.
my guy, Lou, I wasn't old enough to watch it back then, but like I looked back on the history of it. Like I watched a documentary and stuff about that team. The way that Tiki left that, I got it.
I got you, brother. The thing with running backs are that that a lot of you Ozzy know that it's brutal. It's they take hits, they take unnecessary contact, they get crushed. No matter how big you are, no matter how strong you are, there's a defensive lineman, there's a linebacker that weighs 100 pounds more than you that's ready to crush you.
Oh, we good?
Yes, 100%.
All right.
It's just with Saquon Barkley. Don't get me wrong. I think he's the man, but are we willing to bet the house on him? It's scary. Do I think he's nice? I think he's nice.
Let's take one. Lou, I can't give him. I cannot give him guaranteed more than 2 years. I would give the second year would even be an option.
And you know that he's going to ask for 4 or 5 years for max contract.
Saquon's gonna ask for 14 for like 14 a year. He wants.
Oh no, I agree. Once again, we're both on the same page.
Exactly. I'm saying at his peak, Saquon is top value running back, but he has not shown us that he can sustain it over 17 games season.
Do I think he's better than Zeke? He's way better than Zeke.
No argument. Do I think on the top 5 running back in football? Yes. Do I think
all around, yes, all around. But once again, are you willing to invest X amount of money guaranteed to? And now the Giants have no choice. The Giants have no choice. When you gave Danny Dimes,
I mean, look at the same. Lou, I was gonna say this. There was one guy in the draft I needed the Giants to draft desperately because I thought this was actually going to happen. I wanted them to try and trade up. I had that Atlanta took running back, Bijan Robinson.
Awesome.
Exactly.
But for me, is this: you already invested 2-3 years in this guy. He has proven when he's healthy, he's one of the top 3-5 running backs in the league. But you don't pay your average quarterback X amount of money before you take care of the dude that is the stud of your team.
You know what this reminds me of? By the way, you know what this reminds me of?
Bell?
It reminds me of no. It reminds me of the Eli and OBJ situation. Remember how Eli at the end of his career got that extension? No, I get it. I love Eli. You remember at the end of the career, Eli got that extension.
Giving Odell Beckham X max money, and he was, excuse my language, he was a cancer. They gave him the money, and then they got rid of him right away. For me, this is more of a Derek Bell. I'm sorry, you got it, Medini.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. As a kid growing up, Odell was the guy you watched if you wanted highlights. But he was not the guy you wanted in the room if you needed to win.
Oh, you know who I would take before him? I would take Hines Ward before him.
Oh, not as a talent. As a talent, no, not as a talent, but as a guy who you can sustain a locker room with 100%.
Clutch. I would take Hines Ward over him. I would take I hate to say this. Oh my God, I hate to say this. and I know you're gonna rip me a new one. But what was the dude? Hamilton from
Basement mascot. Basement mascot signing.
Mascot.
Hamilton. Oh yes, yes, the mascot.
I had to go get him from outside. Yeah, so he's all set and ready to go.
Johnny, we have a question for
Little
you,
dude's in a
Johnny.
Judge jersey. Little dude's in a Judge jersey.
That's right.
We have a question for you, Johnny.
Shoot.
We're talking about Saquon, right? And knowing that he got hurt before, knowing his abilities, are you going to pay him more than the top
2 years.
running backs in the league for 2,
No.
3 years? See, I said the same thing. I'm gonna say it again. Hold on, Gordini.
We
hold
agree
hold
on it.
Gordini.
Lou, we're not arguing. Lou, we're not
Okay.
arguing on this. I agree with you 100%
I'll
here.
tell you why. Is Klay Thompson the same? I know it's a different sport, but a lot of running backs aren't the same after that. He gets hit like that one more time, his career, he's done. It's never going to
Okay.
be the same. How long did it
So,
take him to
I mean,
recover
Johnny,
the first time?
Johnny,
How long
Johnny,
did
you
it
can say
take
that.
Barkley to get
Johnny.
back to form last year? 2 years.
Johnny, I get it. Johnny, I get it. Johnny, I get it. But at the same time, you can make that same argument for Brees, who's you guys are banking on to be most of
Same
your
argument.
offense.
They're banking on Brees. I always felt they should go after Dalvin Cook just in case. We're banking on Brees. I don't expect Brees to come back. Look at Saquon. It took him 2 seasons.
I gotta use the bathroom.
to
Hold
pay
on,
him as a
guys.
top running back. What if he gets
You're
hurt
good, Luke.
this year?
Johnny, I have a question for you, actually.
Shoot.
Did you know this, by the way, that out of any defense in football last year, the Jets defensive unit missed the least amount of games, 2 injuries.
Right.
Do you think this can be sustained again in another season? Do you think so?
Hard because most people get devastating injuries. We got some older players like C.J. Mosley, Quinnen Williams ended up getting a little hurt.
By the way, hell of a pickup for that guy.
We'll pick up right where you left off.
I think we're good. Johnny, we good?
No, in answer to your question, I would not expect them to sustain the same amount. But great defenses do hold on. Like there's defenses that do hold on.
No, I know that. You go look. The Broncos defense from Super Bowl 50. You go look at the Seattle's defense up until the interception at the 1 yard line.
Oh. Legion of Boom, yes.
By the way, can we agree? Worst play call in NFL history, without a doubt.
I still want an explanation. How you could possibly
you know what the statistical argument was actually?
What, they didn't want him to speak?
No. Because inside the 5 yard line that year, Marshawn averaged only 0.5 yards a carry inside the 5 yard line that year.
That being said,
but it was second down. But it was second down though. That's what I don't understand though.
You still had one timeout, didn't you? I think they did.
Yeah, they had a time. No, I'm saying, and on top of that, what? Worst case scenario, you get down to the 1. What's stopping you from QB sneaking it with Russell Wilson?
Right. And even right, exactly. You have other options. And on top of that, even if that's the argument, why they didn't hand it to Marshawn, why are you throwing to your third best receiver then? Why is the better time for your third best receiver?
You have Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse, who just made probably one of the best catches we've seen in Super Bowl history over Malcolm Butler.
But neither one of those guys you want to throw to. You want to throw to your third best receiver.
No, you give it to the slot guy who's not even the fastest guy on the slot.
And Russell Wilson was staring at him the entire time when he snapped the ball.
That's the ironic part, actually.
It makes no sense. I always felt it's because they didn't want him saying, "I'm up here because I have to be after a Super Bowl. I'm up here because I have to be."
I'm here. I'm just here so I don't get fired.
We're talking about Marshawn Lynch.
Yup. Beast mode.
Monster.
I'm just here so I don't get fired.
No, real quick.
In their prime, who you taking, Marshawn or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
I'll take Jeff George.
Jeff George.
Hell of a player, by the way. Hell of a
No,
player.
quarterback. No,
Eddie
quarterback. I'm
George.
talking about
Eddie
Eddie George.
George.
Eddie
From
George. Eddie.
Titans.
Yeah.
That
Still
dude's
It was
a
the George
monster.
guy. He was
Monster.
a hell of a player.
He doesn't even realize it.
I'll take
Lou.
Marshall.
You just Kevin Nash, Eddie George.
Yes,
you know?
I did. I did it. Yes, because I came into the conversation.
I thought you were
without
trying to
thinking.
move past that. I wasn't
No,
going to let you.
I came into the conversation not thinking. You know who showed us that running backs a dime a dozen? Herschel Ward.
Johnny, can I get a score update real quick? Johnny, can I get a score update?
What's up?
Score update real quick.
Oh,
3-3.
3-3, bottom of the 8th inning. Alvarez is up right now, 2 outs on the Mets.
Who's pitching?
When-
As I'm doing the game, it'll go to extra innings for like the next 4 hours, probably.
Who's pitching? Wait, who's in? Who's in? Who's pitching right now?
Tommy Canley.
Yeah.
Canley.
Oh, by the way, did you hear about this? Boston offered Canley a bigger contract, and he declined it and came to the Yankees.
Who did?
Canley. He got offered a larger
That's-
contract by Boston. He declined it and came to the Yankees.
And that's big because usually
Good
the
for
players
him.
union, usually the players unions will usually step in and say no.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
but at the
Look at what
The
happened
thing
with
about
A-Rod.
Canley,
A-Rod in Boston.
exactly. Oh, yeah, I remember. Well, you remember the initial trade they offered? It was Manny Ramirez, John Lester, and somebody else for A-Rod to take a $60 million pay cut.
Oh,
Yep,
that's when
and he
they
said
wouldn't
no.
allow him to go to the Red Sox or the Red Sox.
Yeah, then we
yeah.
and by the way, you know what the funny part about that was? The Texas trade for A-Rod. You know who they initially wanted? We offered them Alfonso Soriano and Robinson Cano. They did not want Cano, and they took the other guy.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, really? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, they put Cano in the initial offer. Texas said no to it because they got Soriano to play second.
Isn't that like the Mets choosing Movan and Alomar instead of Ichiro? Because Bobby Valentine, I don't know.
No.
He only won championships over there. Only won championships. He only knows what Ichiro might be because he saw him firsthand.
By the way,
But no, we're going to go with Movan and Alomar.
Can we agree on this? Bobby Valentine, that one season Bobby Valentine coached with Boston in 2011 is arguably the worst coach season in MLB history.
At least he did it with the right team.
Exactly.
At least he did it with the right team. Wow.
Lou, have you been paying attention to Bryce after the Tommy John?
Bryce Harper?
Yeah, Bryce. He's still hitting 300, but you know what I noticed though?
Yes.
He doesn't have the power though. Bryce's power looks gone.
But the good thing about good hitters is that
They know how to
to
adapt.
hit home runs.
They know how to adapt. I mean, Bryce is still hitting 300.
Bernie Williams, and I'm gonna just mention your people. Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter. Hold on, give me a few seconds. Just take those two. After a while, they were hitting home runs, but these were the guys that were hitting line drives, opposite field, going with the pitch, not making too much. Okay, Gardini, what is the biggest or the best play you ever saw in baseball in your lifetime?
Are we talking about moment? Like as a fan?
As a fan, as anything, what was the best play you ever saw in your life?
As a personal experience, though, I went to the Game 3 in 2017 at the stadium when they played Cleveland. The first series we got back when Judge won Rookie of the Year. My favorite moment of my life was watching Greg Bird hit a home run to give us the lead off of Andrew Miller. The stadium was, I swear, Lou, I felt like the stadium was going to fall.
Defensive play you ever seen in your life?
That's a good question,
Because
actually.
my favorite defensive play and I'm talking about of all time.
At the same, are we talking about that I've seen live?
Just that you've seen in general.
If we're going to talk about me seeing it live, probably the catch that Aaron Hicks had against Minnesota to save the game.
That was nice.
That was
For me,
Mhm.
was Yankees versus Oakland.
I know
In
where
the
you're going
playoffs.
with this.
First
That's what
round.
I was going to mention.
They were down 0-2 against Giambi and his brother. And here comes the captain that should have never even been in this position to catch the ball. The dude over, I think it was Bernie Williams or whoever it was over.
Oh no,
Or
I know who. Yeah, no, I know who. I think it was Justice out and right. I think it was Justice or
it
O'Neal
was
out and right.
Justice or O'Neal overthrew the play. He grabs the ball, throws it behind his back. Remember, he's a shortstop. He should be in between.
He shoveled it. He didn't even look. He just shoveled it.
He should be between second and third, going to the left field, whatever. The IQ of this man to run, get the ball, throw
Can
it
we agree
behind
on
his
something?
back, and
Can we
get
agree on
Jeremy
something?
Giambi or Jason or Jeremy
It
Giambi.
was Jeremy.
Giambi.
Jeremy was running. I think Jason hit the double.
Jeremy
Whoever it
Giambi.
was.
Yeah, it was him.
But I know
that was
I
it
running.
think
Jeremy
Jeremy was
on.
running. Jeremy was running. I
And-
think Jason hit the double.
And
Those
this
are the
dude, remember, they was
intangibles
down-
Jeter brought to the table that a lot of people you can't put on a stat sheet, man.
By the way,
He's-
can we agree on something? I love that play. I watched it. I watched it 1,000 times on repeat. But if Giambi slid, he was safe.
I understand, but he didn't. So
I
for
know.
me, as a Met fan, I'm gonna tell you the greatest play I've ever saw was that play. Because
Arguably,
he
my
should have
favorite.
been there.
My
He
favorite
should
play.
have been there.
Yes, my favorite play I ever saw as watching the Mets, probably Andy Chavez's catch in the NLCS in Game
Don't
7.
talk about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No. I can tell you,
That was a good one,
I
though.
was in the me, Doughboy, and my best friend Primo was in tailgating in Shea Stadium in the parking lot, listening
you could
to the
see
game.
it. You could see it.
And no, you heard it. The whole entire stadium just went bananas. And then here comes Carlos Beltran taking a 72-mile-an-hour curveball. Ping.
By the way, you know what? Actually, that image was exactly when the Mets ended. That was when the Wilpon Mets era ended for winning.
That was the year that Bell, our right fielder, blew his ankle out or Achilles out.
David Bell, right? David Bell.
I don't know if it was David Bell, but I know it was Bell. We ended up getting him from
Oh
Pittsburgh.
no, my bad. Derek Bell. Derek Bell makes more sense.
And
Killer
I
Bees
think it
from the
was-
Houston Astros.
yes,
No,
one of the killer
BGO.
bees, exactly.
BGO,
Blew
Bell,
his
and
ankle
Bagwell.
out. And he was batting almost 3 and change that year. And there we go. Typical Mets.
By the way, one of the most infamous moments of all time was
Double for DJ.
I forgot who it the Japanese pitcher that the Mets got hitting a double off Randy Johnson.
Kaz Matsui, no way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hit a double off Randy Johnson.
Kaz Matsui, I didn't even know he got hits for the Mets.
Yeah,
Remember
he got a hit.
Kaz?
He hit a double off Randy Johnson
Wow.
in a Subway Series game, nonetheless.
And
You remember
you hit the nail on the head. Valentine said, "Hey, there's this dude out there named Ichiro. I've been playing Japanese baseball. I've won like 2-3 championships out there. This is the next Barry Bonds, the next whoever you want to call it. And you know who we get? We end up getting Yoshi, the second baseman. And his highlight was 2 home runs leading off opening day. Those are his 2 highlights.
By the way, the most famous Japanese clip of all time: Ichiro Suzuki hitting a walk-off home run off of Mariano Rivera.
Oh, man. Man,
He was a
Ichiro,
beast.
man.
But
Ichiro,
once again-
the ironic part about Ichiro, actually, everyone says, "Oh, the guy couldn't hit home runs." If you ever saw a clip of him, if you ever saw a clip of him in batting practice, he was nuking if he wanted to.
But you know what? And I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna tag on to that. People didn't understand that he's not about hitting home runs. He was about winning. So he's gonna get the double. He's gonna get the single. And you're right. Whenever he wanted to hit a home run, he can hit a home run. But he was the epitome of a baseball
Situational base
player.
hitter. He was situationally based.
I agree.
Gleyber Torres, pinch hitting.
Like,
Yeah, they took DJ pinch runners Cabrera, and on second, 1 out. And
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
pinch hitting.
Hey,
I'm not
Yankee
gonna
fans,
lie.
I'm gonna ask you-
I saw the lineup. I didn't want. I saw Gleyber was in, and I was like, okay, what are we doing today, man?
Yankee fans. So is Boone still living off that home run?
Are the Yankees still living off the home run? Yeah.
No. Boone. Is Boone still, his career is still living off that home run?
Of course it is. 03 home
Okay.
run off of
I can't-
Wakefield? You mean as a Yankee?
I can't say
Funny
it's
because all the
good.
big-time Yankee
can't-
hitters who've had Bucky Dent, Aaron Boone, these are the guys that get
Look,
key
Johnny,
home runs.
Johnny, I can't say it in good faith though. But I can't say that in good faith though, because I know Boone is still a solid manager at the end of the day. Not in the playoffs, fine. But at the end of
That
the day,
is a
he's
big
still
deal
good.
not in the playoffs. 14 and 17, no World
Yeah,
Series
I know.
appearances.
I know. Johnny, I get it. But at the same time, he's won almost 100 games a year ever since he
But what
started
is that-
managing.
But what
Yeah,
are we
because
here
look
for?
at
100
the
wins,
lineup.
or are we here for rings?
But no.
No, I'm
Look at
just-
the
no.
lineup. Look at the lineup that he has every single year.
Right.
Me
Why
and you
does
can
he
win.
makes
Hey,
bad pitching decisions in the playoffs? Dusty Baker managed circles around him. We should be winning. He
At
has
the same time,
As a New
Johnny,
York Yankee manager, you can't be 14 and 17 with 0 World Series appearances and still have
but
a job.
Johnny, at the same
I'm not
time, you
here
know
for
what I
100
noticed
wins, I'm here for rings. I'm here for rings. not
Johnny,
100
ever
wins.
since Boone, ever since Girardi left and Boone took over, the one thing I noticed about the Yankees that's been 100% difference. The lineup depth cuts off at number 6. The last 3 guys are always an out.
You know what the difference I noticed? Girardi got a ring in his second year. Boone has
No. What I'm going to tell you, outside looking in, Girardi wasn't a yes man.
Right.
He went.
wanted a
and
yes
he
man.
told
I
Steinbrenner.
don't mind Boone, but he's not
Cashman-
going to win. We're not going to win with him. Not going to win
But
with him.
no. I agree. But Girardi was like, I'm going to play my players. I'm going to do the eye test. I'm going to do what I need to do. And he won a
At the
championship.
same time, look, yo, guys, at the same time, though, you cannot. The lineup that Girardi had in 2009 is arguably one of the best lineups we have ever seen in the history of baseball. Damon,
You gotta
Jeter.
manage. Boone
No, I know.
hasn't made a World
know.
Series with this lineup.
No,
at
I know.
all.
I know, but Johnny, look.
You can't
look
argue
at-
Boone's better than Girardi.
No, I know. I'm not arguing that. But I'm saying in the terms of look who Girardi had that one year. You have Damon, Jeter, Teixeira, A-Rod, Cano, Matsui, Swisher, Posada. That's 8 good hitters. Oh, and
I
then
agree.
Melky Cabrera or Brett Gardner playing in center field. Who
How do you
aren't
not
bad-
make a world? You still got to tell me how you don't make a World Series with this lineup. All the years that Boone's been there, how you 14. That's my point. I'm not.
No, I know.
He has a ring. He hasn't made a World Series. He
I know.
hasn't. Are you telling me that
Or-
Boone doesn't have? Hold on.
No,
Boone doesn't have a team to make a World Series with? You
no,
win
I'm not
100
saying.
games.
Get past the first round.
The argument I'm saying hearing is that Boone
No,
should be
I know.
pass.
No, but
With a
Johnny,
team
the
that
one
he
thing.
has,
Do you realize how
Boone's never
every
had-
team?
Wait, hold on, Gardini. Boone has never had a team to make a World Series with. Is that what you're telling me?
It's more complicated than that, though. If you look
Is
at
it
the teams
really?
that have
Tampa Bay has
No,
made a
it
World Series. With
I know.
You can't even
I
name
know.
the whole
I
lot.
know.
Well, most people can't.
I mean,
Tampa
2020,
Bay has made a World Series.
2020 I count
Yankees
as an
have it.
asterisk.
Period.
2020 I kind of count out.
It doesn't
I know,
matter.
I know, I know, I know. I'm not arguing with you about that. But I'm saying,
Then
look
why
at the
didn't we
teams.
make it in 2020?
No.
If you want to go there.
Okay, in his defense,
Why didn't we make it in 2020? If Tampa Bay could make it in that short season, why couldn't?
Houston's cheating scandal kind of messed them up too.
Listen. the
No, but
point
look, I'm
is,
not even saying that.
You
I'm saying
want to
in
tell me
good.
Girardi had a better lineup to work with? Fine, but that's saying also that Boone never had a
But I'm
lineup
saying-
to actually
no,
make a
no.
World Series with.
Johnny, I know you remember this. I know you remember this for a fact. What was our biggest issue in 2019? We could not pitch.
Oh, you couldn't play small ball.
Couldn't
no,
play
I know.
small ball is the big deal. This Yankee
I'm
problem is
saying,
we're
do you
holding on to nothing.
remember that Houston lineup, though? I'm saying, do you remember that Houston lineup? You have Altuve, Brantley, Correa,
Indeed, but answer my
Jordan,
question.
Bregman,
Boone had teams that
Springer.
should have made the World Series.
Gurriel.
Win or lose.
Thank you. Lose.
Boone
Fine.
should have made a World Series with one of these teams. Not get swept and embarrassed and making bad managerial decisions.
Fine.
He should have made
I'm
a
not
World Series.
I'm not
We
saying
should
that,
have
but
made
I'm
it during
saying,
the strike shortened season or the COVID shortened season. We should have made it.
but
Why
I'm,
take
I'm
make it? Why can't we?
saying this though. Every team that Boone has lost to, other than Houston last year, I would have said was a better team than the Yankees. I would have said
It
it
has
was
won
the
the
better
World Series,
team than the
I think.
Yankees had at the time.
Besides the
You're
Atlanta
taking
season.
decisions,
Yeah.
but why are you leaving?
Oh, yeah.
Severino
No.
in too long in 2018? We were better than that Red Sox team. These are bad managerial decisions. You go with Trevino, you don't bring in Jonathan Loizaga last year, who had a better
That was the
than
best team in
Trevino.
Boston's history. That was arguably
So
Boston's
you're
best
telling
team
me
in
that
history.
Boone's never had a team to go to the World Series
No,
with? You telling me?
no. That's not what I
You
am
can't
saying.
compare him to Girardi. Girardi.
I'm not saying he holds the candle to Joe Girardi. I'm not saying that.
He shouldn't be a Yankee manager with the teams he had, 14 and 17, no World Series appearances.
But I agree. But
You
who
want to
will
argue
you?
he's a great manager during regular season?
No, I'm not. But who are we going to replace him with? That's the issue.
Somebody that knows how to manage in the playoffs. Dusty Baker takes
Who?
over an Astros team
I'm
that was
saying,
in disarray.
name-
And how can he put it all
Johnny,
together?
I know, but I'm saying name me an available manager who's on the
Joe
free agent
Madden.
market, Ryan.
Joe Madden.
No.
No.
Oh no, he's
No.
awesome.
Joe Madden.
Okay,
This
hold on,
team-
John. Let me step in, John. Let me step in. Joe Madden took the Rays when they had nobody. They had no payroll. They had don't get me wrong. They had
James Shields,
They had
David Price,
Hold on, I got you. Price, Shields. They had
Longoria.
Garza. They had Garza. They had Crawford.
Longoria.
They had BJ Upton. They had Pena. They had Lagoria. They had
Not a better lineup than the Yankees that Boone's had. Small ball is the difference.
Baseman.
But think about
Now,
this.
this goes on Cashman too.
Joe
For not
Madden-
getting many small ball players. This is
Hold on,
This.
Hold on, John. Joe Madden every single year had to flip his roster every single year because he wasn't able to afford these players. Okay. Then they go
Goes to
to
Chicago.
play Philly in the World Series and it started snowing. It kind of took the momentum away. Not making any excuses.
Didn't Philly win in 5?
Joe
I
Madden-
don't know. Memory serves me correct. Didn't they win in 5? Didn't Philly win that thing in 5 or 4?
Yes,
Was it a
but
sweep?
it's
It
because
was 5 or 4.
Did he
it
make
was
the
a
World
horrible-
Series? Did he win the
Yes.
World Series with the Cubs?
No. Oh, hold on. I
Joe
wasn't even
Madden
there
would
yet. I
definitely
wasn't
take
even
this
there
Yankee
yet.
team to the
I
World
wasn't even
Series.
there yet. First year again with the Cubs, they lost to the Mets. They got swept by the Mets. They had a better pitching staff, and we destroyed them.
No,
But
you got. Arguably, you guys had the better staff.
No, they
I'm saying,
had.
look. No, I'm saying they had Arrieta who won the Cy Young. I remember.
they had
Arrieta won the
Dallas
Cy Young.
something. What was his name? Dallas something.
No, not Keuchel. That was Houston. Houston had Keuchel.
Just want to let you guys know we're
John
going to lose this
Lester.
game right now because Abreu's on the mound. This guy is terrible.
Oh, great. Well,
But
you know,
anyway,
Johnny,
so
I have a
here comes
nickname for him.
Madden.
Blow it, Albert. Blow it, Albert.
Madden goes to Chicago his second year, breaks the freaking curse.
Blow it, Albert, right? Abreu sucks.
Madden was the man. Madden used to take a
I
lineup
know.
in the worst team in base, not the worst team in base, the youngest team in baseball in the hardest
Fine.
division versus the Yankees, Boston, and
Does
Baltimore,
Tampa not?
and
Does Kevin
Toronto.
Cash not do that now either way? Kevin Cash does the same thing now either way.
He did his thing in the 90s and the early 2000s, but
I
Cashman
know,
hasn't
I
done
know.
that shit. Oh,
I know.
I was John.
Look at what Kevin Cash is doing with this Tampa team now. Again, it comes down to small ball. This falls on
But-
Brian Cashman also.
Wait,
It does.
Is Tampa at 50 wins yet or no? Or are they close? They're close, right?
They're close,
They're like
believe it or
48.
not. They can't beat the A's. We're on the 7 straight games now?
By the way, Johnny, you know what? You saw what happened. So somebody just posted on Twitter like, "Oh, this is Moneyball all over again." SportsCenter put the tweet on, like, "Oh, Moneyball all over again." 22 in a row.
Wait, what happened? I'm looking at Abreu ready to blow this up.
Some random Twitter account just puts out like, "Oh, this is Moneyball all over again." SportsCenter jumps on it and put it right on the main broadcast.
Tampa every single year since I could remember, since 2010, has been the nail and the thorn in the Yankees behind.
They haven't even.
They had two or three
No.
bad seasons.
No.
They had two or three bad seasons in between.
No, it's been since 2018. I give you since 2018.
Oh no.
The first half.
My daughter was born on 10/10/10, right?
Hell of a birthday.
Yeah, I love it. The Yankees couldn't beat this rookie team that had that Alex Rodriguez had their payroll in one season.
I know.
That's the ironic part.
That's what I mean.
And every single year, yes, they might have 1 or 2 bad years, but every single year they pull up. Remember Hellickson? Remember Archer?
Hellickson.
Remember?
Archer fell off a cliff.
Yes, but at one point he was unhittable.
Oh no, at one point, yeah, he was an all-star pitcher. Do not get me wrong.
Snell, I still say, and I'm gonna tell you
McClanahan.
the eyeball test. Snell should
Yeah.
have never been taken out that.
You have
inning.
McClanahan now. Glass
Oh
now.
my lord! There's so many.
They make pitchers like it's a penny. It's like, oh, you want a penny?
It's young talent.
Exactly. They draft and develop better than anyone I've seen other than Houston.
Yes.
Arguably other than Houston. Houston,
no, Atlanta.
and Houston. Houston also. You gotta say Houston also.
And I'm gonna say Cleveland.
Cleveland, yes, Cleveland up until
I'm gonna
recently.
say Cleveland.
Cleveland up until they traded Lindor. Because last year you saw they're like.
You saw who they got from the Mets? Rosario. He's batting over 300. Has made the All-Star game 2 years in a row.
But again, you had to make the deal.
I think you mean Jimenez. I think you mean Jimenez.
No, we had to because of the culture change.
No, I think you mean Jimenez.
No, Rosario. The
No, I think
shortstop.
I'm pretty sure
Look it up. Look it
Jimenez
up.
made it last year.
Rosario made the
We
All-Star
actually
team
might get
last
out
year.
of this inning.
Look it up. Look it up, Gordini. I promise you. He made the All-Star last year.
I
Wow,
got you.
Jordan Alvarez is out 4 weeks with a strain for the Astros. Wow.
No, last year,
48 wins.
No, Lou, you are off a little bit. Last year he had 280. The year before that he had 280. He didn't make the All-Star team last year. Last year Jimenez made it.
So before that, did he make the All-Star? Not even as a backup?
I'm pretty sure he made it. I can check. I can double check. I don't know.
I think he
I can
made it as a
double
backup last year
check that.
because me and my roommate is a Met fan too. We were arguing about that. Rosario, look him up.
I'm trying to keep up with you guys in the chat.
I'm
We're
pretty sure-
talking. I'm trying to keep up with you guys, man. Always appreciate the support
I'm
from
pretty sure
everybody
you're
in the chat.
mistaking him for Jimenez.
No, look him
I'm
up. Rosario.
Pretty sure you're mistaking him with
shortstop,
Jimenez.
Cleveland.
I know. I'm looking. Yeah, no All-Star appearances.
Wow, Mike Breen in the stands there. Wow.
Mike Breen is the best announcer of all time in any sport. I would argue that to death.
Mike Breen is awesome. No question about it.
By the way, honestly, Johnny, I think I know you want this. If you could swap Michael Kay and John Sterling for John Sterling to be on TV, heartbeat.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Michael, I don't mind. I don't hate Michael Kay like a lot of people do. I think
I don't hate him,
wow,
but he's repetitive.
He didn't give up one hit. Wow. We got Volpe, Bowers, and Stanton coming up, and now we get our automatic runner on second base, which I hate. Now they got the pitch clock.
Honestly, Johnny, I think we're gonna see this. I think Volpe's dropping a bunt first pitch.
He better do something, man. And they got to get rid of this automatic runner. Now that you've got the pitch clock, the game is sped up. I mean, honestly, well, the game started at what, 7:45? So we're 2 hours in, and the game, right? 8:40, 9. It's 3 hours in. Wow. I tell you, every baseball game I watch and I don't live stream is over in like 2 hours and 20 minutes. The past 2 days, it's like regular baseball again.
You
know me well enough to know this is already getting past my bedtime.
By the way, can we all agree on this? I love how when everybody wants to come on, it's a 3 hour game. When nobody wants to come on, it's 2.5 hours.
GB from Australia always calls me Johnny. You see him, Johnny, in the overtimes because the Rangers could be up 3-4-1 in the third period. Boom, 4-4 going overtime. Knicks overtime. This here, yesterday was a 3 hour and 20-minute game.
Yep, they said the same thing.
And today, once I turned it on, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, rain delay. I'll be up till 2 a.m. doing this game.
Exactly.
I will cut it off because I'm getting past my bedtime. So
yeah,
someone's
I know.
got to win it. So I'll appreciate the automatic runner right now, but overall, I hate it. They got to get rid
Johnny,
of it.
by the way, if we ever get a Seattle situation again, just let me take over the stream.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was the longest.
That was the most.
We were up like 4.5 hours. That game
No, it wasn't even.
win that game.
It wasn't even that though. It was more so the fact that how the Yankees lost. If the Yankees won the game, I wouldn't have nearly as much of a problem. But how they lost the game made me want to just rip my TV off the wall.
And what was really pathetic is what I go to the 13th or 14th inning. It was so neither team and run it every inning. Both teams were getting runners on third. No one could get them home. I mean, it was so bad. It was the whole chat was saying at this point we were saying
making that error.
Huh?
Nemo making that error yesterday cost him.
Oh, yeah, it did. Big time.
Oh,
That
yeah, it
catch he should have had. He should have had that one. Here we go, Volpe. He's not bunting.
He's
Instead-
not?
No.
I'm surprised. Oh, Johnny, by the way, speaking of the Oakland A's, top of the fourth inning, the Oakland A's are leading the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1.
So they're trying to sweep him now.
Yup.
Did you see what the fans
The
did
A's going to
yesterday?
be like the
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
Major
30,000
League-
people in unison chanting, sell the team.
Sell the team. Sell the team. The whole entire stadium.
I'm going to tell you something. Volpe better learn some discipline at the plate. He swings everybody, like all these sliders as sweepers, whatever the hell
I
you want
love
to
the
call
kid.
them.
I love the kid, but he can't
swings
hold
at
it off.
all of
He
them.
can't hold off. I love the kid. He can't hold off on it.
You know what? Who did that? Judge did that in his first year. He'd swing at everything.
Oh,
Everything. There he goes.
That-
He just swung at one that's like freaking 8 feet off the plate. What's his name here for the Mets? I don't recognize this reliever. Anyway, he threw one that barely went off the plate. He swung at that. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to throw it even further off the plate. And Volpe swung anyway.
What's the last name? I could probably get the guy. What's the last name?
If they ever show it. He has a beard. I don't. Leone?
Oh yeah, Dominic Leone. He used to play. Johnny, ironically, used to play for Tampa Bay. Speak of the devil.
Well, he just like, you know what? Why am I throwing it an inch off the plate when I can throw it 10 feet off the plate? Because Volpe will swing at anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Bowers is up now. Let's see what we got with him.
Volpe will be so good if the play discipline comes along. He will be an elite shortstop.
Well, he's got to get plate discipline. You know what? People like tell
I'm
me I'm
saying
too hard on him. You know what? You're big time into this season now, man. When you swung at 2 slide, like, come on, recognize something.
At the same time, though,
show some discipline, dude.
I mean, like I would take. It's like a 180. If he was hitting 220, I'd give him a pass. If he was over the Mendoza line, I'd give him a pass.
If he was over the Mendoza line, yeah, but he flirts with that. Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
I'm not doubting on the guy. I know he's his first year. And he's the future and the whole thing. Hopefully, he's the future. We'll see.
You know what I've noticed about him, though, unironically? Out of any shortstop we've had in the last 20 years, he has by far the best power out of any of them.
He does have power. He does.
Yeah.
Have power.
What is he? Isn't he at like 10 home runs already?
He's around there, 9 or 10. Yeah, he
Johnny,
almost hit the 3-run. He almost hit the walk-off against the Red Sox.
Johnny, you remember? Yeah, I know exactly. Remember, I told you this before the season. I said I wouldn't be surprised if Volpe put up the stat line. I said like 30 doubles, 20 home runs, like 5 triples, and like 30 stolen bases. I said I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. He might do that in his second year. Don't forget.
I'm saying he might even do it this year, except the batting average is not what we want.
Not if he's swinging at things like that, dude. I mean, these pitches, it's getting to know.
No, but I'm saying when he makes contact, though, it's good contact.
It is
for the most part. For the most part.
He's got to force these pitchers to come in more. I mean, it's going to take time, but he's got to learn it because he's got to adjust.
You know what he has? He had the same problem as Gary, actually, as a speak of the devil. Anything inside, he will turn on it and he will hit it a country mile. Anything that leaks to the outside part of the zone, he's flailing at it because he opens up too fast.
Oh, his hip opens up immediately. It's immediate.
Yeah, it's if he can pause that for even like a second more, he would be so much better of a hitter. Because he had no way to balance himself out because at that point he's just lunging.
Yeah, there's Stanton, most home runs against the Mets. Can you hit one now like you did yesterday?
I mean, I wouldn't be
2
surprised.
outs still, 2 outs, man on second, still 2 outs, and here we go, just doing nothing.
Honestly, Johnny, by the way, I love how we talked about Yankee not doing small ball. Volpe, the perfect guy to lay down a bunt. He doesn't even attempt it.
But we don't even do that. Like,
out of anyone in the Yankees lineup, I would want to put down a bunt. It would be the kid.
Of course. But I think that these managers, not just Boom, but a lot of guys they're not in tune for this. They're still thinking home runs or nothing. Volpe should be dropping down bunts. Right in that situation there, the Mets weren't prepared for a bunt. They weren't even thinking it. They didn't have the infield in.
And if he gets a good one, and even if he gets a bad one, it's a man on third, no, it's 1 out. He gets a good one down, it's first and third, nobody out, and he probably still second base.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if Brett Gardner was up, I guarantee they would have had him lay a bunt down.
Gardy would either bunt or hit a ground ball to second, which would move the guy to third.
You know what else I like that they did with Volpe? Take him out of the number 1 spot, the opening leadoff. That was a lot of pressure, man. You're coming up and you're putting him in leadoff.
He was
I
hitting nine.
understand it, but I'm
I
glad they
get
moved
him.
him out of
I
that.
mean, him hitting. I like him hitting 9 because he's basically a secondary leadoff hitter in a sense.
Eventually, he might be able to be a leadoff hitter, man. But that's a
Oh
lot of
no!
pressure.
If he can turn it around, I could see him hitting leadoff for us every day of the week.
Oh, Donaldson, first pitch, ground out the short. There you go.
What's new?
What's new? 0 for 5. 0 for 4.
What's also new? How many strikeouts?
I didn't see it because he swung at the first pitch. So I didn't see what time. Didn't have enough time. He swung at the very first pitch. Good job. We got Vientos, Nimmo, and Marte coming up now.
Johnny, as always, I'm appreciated. This has been a hell of a night.
Oh, it's been awesome, dude. It really has. You did a great job, man. You did a really, really good job, man. You really
amazing.
did.
You know, honestly, the funny part about it is the more we do this, the more I'm thinking about taking your suggestion for me to start talking sports.
I don't know why you don't have your own channel. I said it, but now I was like, well, let me see how he is on here. If you were uncomfortable being live, or if whatever, man. But you're.
I mean, Johnny, me talking to sports, it's like just me like chilling with anyone. I don't care who's watching. Sports for me is a passion more than anything else.
Dude, you just well, I grew up.
The things that you know for your age is
insane.
Amazing.
You know, by the way, the funny part is every time I try to argue with my friends about sports, I just throw them 45 analytics. They end up agreeing with me. I kill them with stats.
You can end up speaking to a lot of casual fans that read headlines but not the story. They don't pay attention, or they just watch highlights and they don't watch.
By the way, you guys want to know something unironic? By the way, this NBA Finals run has everyone's saying, "Oh, Joker played all the teams he has to," and I get that 100%. Fine, I'll give him credit. He won it. But you know what the ironic part about him beating KD? The Nuggets had 5 players who scored over 70 points in the series, totality, right? The Suns only had 2 players score over 50 points. That was Kevin Durant and Devin Booker with over 180 each. Nobody else even reached 50.
He was number 1 in points, rebound, and assists.
I know. I love Joe. Trust me. I was defending this dude yesterday. You think I'm hating on him?
Oh no, you can't. There's no way you
can't hate on Joker, right?
I know. I told you. I love the dude. By the way, back to the Jimmy thing.
I don't respect Kevin Durant at all. I won't even put him in any positive category, man. The guy.
KD, I don't like. I hate
great
the dude
shooter.
for ruining.
I'm not talking about him as a player. I'm just talking about.
I know. I'm saying he ruined basketball for me as a fan for like a good 3 years. He ruined basketball for everyone. Because every year the same thing. You knew Golden State was going to win unless they were hurt.
You know, and he proved, and Lou and I talk about this all the time. Lou's not even a big LeBron fan and even admits that KD's better than LeBron is nonsense. He can't carry a team. Look at him on the Nets last year. People say, well, Steve Nash didn't coach a good game. That's fine, but LeBron would
Okay. No. I have a counter to that. Name me one Hall of Fame coach LeBron James has had. Do not say Spoelstra. Spoelstra was starting.
That's my whole point. LeBron doesn't need the coaching. So when people give KD the excuse that Nash was the coach,
I love Spo. I love Spo. But you got to remember when LeBron had Spo was starting out. Spo was the new guy on the block.
But he still had to manage him.
That's my point. Is that KD? They're giving KD a pass because Nash got out coached.
At the same time,
Joe Torre had the early '90 Yankees. I read his book because John gave it to me. He said, "Yo, dude, it wasn't about the talent. It was about managing these prima donnas,
egos." Right.
And on top of that,
by the way,
what was the bench coach, John? The one they got that.
Don Zimmer.
Don Zimmer. Mel Stoudemire was the pitching coach. They had an all-star coaching staff.
By the way, going from Mel Stoudemire to Larry Rothschild, the biggest mistake in the Yankees 21st century.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Going from Mel Stoudemire to Larry Rothschild was by far the biggest mistake the Yankees made.
Well, again, it's like saying who's going to replace Rivera Jeter? Nobody. You can't even put someone in that position. No one's going to replace him. Right.
I know, but at the same time, Rothschild was awful at his job. The Yankees, Johnny, I know you know this. I know you remember this. From after we won the World Series to until they fired Rothschild, the Yankees had no pitching at all. They couldn't pitch if their lives depended on it.
Abreu's coming out. I don't know who he's putting in. It's me. I'm telling you, it's me, man. If this game goes on, I'm going to be cutting everybody off. I'm sorry.
Okay, so after Omar Minaya became the president of the Mets, I forgot.
Oh my God! Oh hell! Oh no!
Whatever. whoever
Omar
it was,
Minaya, Omar
no,
Minaya
who was
becoming
the
the
general
general
manager
manager.
of the Mets a couple of years ago when
Sandy Alderson.
no, he had a funny name. It was like Wowza something.
Van
Oh, I know.
Borgendine.
Oh no, Brody Van Wagen.
Yeah, him.
So
I know names on
you
the top of
know,
my tongue.
and
Names
no,
that
no,
spit out like that.
and once again, I'm saying I'm very impressed, very impressed. So when I tell you I'm impressed, I don't say that lightly. I'm very impressed.
I appreciate it, bro.
So
I appreciate it, man.
Pete Alonso was a rookie, and he went to the spring training. Usually, if the rookie is not on the major league roster for opening day, you get an extra year of his rookie contract. He said, "No, this kid is ready, and I'm going to put all the chips on the table." So Pete Alonso was packing up his stuff, ready to go home, and they told him like, "Nah, you just made the team." So by him doing that, Pete Alonso is the player that he is today. His rookie year, like I said,
I get
and I'm
that.
going to say it again.
But look, yo,
They
Lou,
lost
look at
1
it in
year.
retrospect. In retrospect, yo, would you do that Cano and Diaz trade over again? Would you trade
Yes.
for Rob? You would?
For
You didn't have-
Diaz?
yeah. No, I'm saying you get the Robin. Remember who you gave up. You gave up Kellenic for Robinson Cano, and then you got the Edwin Diaz 100%.
Yes, I would do it again because Diaz has been the number one closer easily the last year and a half. His first year, he sucked.
First year, he
Last year-
sucked. 2020, he was elite. 2021, he sucked. 2022,
Once again,
he was elite.
I'm going to cough it up to this. When you come to the big market, okay, there's the big leagues, but then there is the big leagues.
We have the big leagues
there
and we have
is-
the bigger leagues.
Then you have, New York, you have
LA.
Boston, you have LA, you have who you have there that's crazy.
Kind of Philly.
Philadelphia, even Philadelphia.
I mean, Atlanta in a sense. Atlanta in a sense.
Yeah, but Atlanta won't boo you.
Yeah, GB. Okay, keep talking. I'm handling the.
Think about this. The Yankee fans boo Mariano
Game
Rivera.
over?
Oh, Nimmo just hit one all the way to the wall. Wait, he's coming home. Escobar's pushing home. Oh, that's it.
Game over.
Escobar had to wait because Bowers went all the way to the wall. It went over his head. So
Escobar that I've been talking about all night, that's been sitting on the bench.
Wait, the Mets won? I'm confused. What happened?
They just won.
Mets just won because of Escobar.
I thought the ball
Almost
was
hit a home
gone,
run.
but Bowers was running back. It was over his head, man. He went all the way to the fence, and Escobar, he's kind of, doing the thing like he was going to catch it. So Escobar had to hold up, and then he realized he missed it, and he took off for home, and he made it. He made it.
Gardini, real quick, Gardini.
Nimmo made up the last night there, Lou.
I'm impressed. No. Yeah. Yes, he did. Gardini, I am very impressed. I am astounded. I am dumbfounded. I am lost for words when it comes to your knowledge of sports, not just baseball, basketball, football in general. My man, let me tell you, I'm humbled by your knowledge at your age. Seriously, keep up the good work. Hopefully, John will have us on again. And once again,
appreciate it. All up, bro. Appreciate it, man.
I am lost for words, and that's hard to say. I'm lost for words.
I appreciate it, brother. All up for you guys.
But on top of that, I was wondering how you were going to be coming on here live. You should be having your own channel, bro.
I have to say, I wasn't nervous. I felt like I was talking to two dudes I've known for a while.
Well, that's
I appreciate that.
Brings everybody together, man.
At the same time,
please.
I know you guys for almost a year.
Change the background. You look like the people underneath the stairs. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Whatever it is in your background.
Last house on the left. Yeah, all that.
Right. I got it. I got it. I'm gonna be in my room next time. Don't worry.
But dude, for your age, I don't think I haven't spoken to someone your age that can bring up players in multiple sports and not only names, instance, games, highlights. You're awesome. And I'm going to say it again, and I will promise you, and I'm not kissing your butt. I am humbled and impressed
I haven't spoken
by your knowledge. No, John, seriously, I would say it again. I don't do this often.
At the
I'm
same time, I
very-
kind of feel bad because we kind of took up all of Johnny's stream.
I don't
No,
care.
he-
I will
he
let you
said-
guys
no.
flow, man.
Hold on, Johnny. Johnny said, yo, Gradini wants to be on, wants to be the first one dweller on. He wants you. And I thought me and you were going to be debating half the time. We have agreed on so many things. So once again, you're awesome. Keep up the good
We
work.
are 100% agreed, man. I didn't
I
care that you
appreciate
two
it.
went back and listen, Godini, you guys. When things are flowing, I don't mind sitting back, dude.
By the way, no, I
I
knew this.
mean,
No,
I
because
know
I know this
sports
about
like this.
Lou and I know this about me. I'm not delusional when it comes to sports. I'm a realist in every sense of the way.
Yes.
100%, dude. I'm telling you, man. I grew up.
I
remind
thought
me-
you were a 50-something-year-old guy living in the
did I.
basement. Well, once again, okay, the basement I was right, but the 50-something-year-old I was completely off, dude. But once again,
18-year-old
I'm
kid.
very humbled and I'm very honored to be here at Mr. Basement's channel, talking to you, talking sports. Not even debating, we were just talking. And
Yeah.
John is right. Make your
You
own
guys-
show. I will follow you.
Hella, you guys killed 3 hours of the night. And I felt like it's been like an hour. Not even.
Godini,
you
you remind
carried
me.
a lot
When
of
I
it.
was young, I
No,
knew a
Godini-
lot of things just because I knew it. So when I was growing, you remind me a lot of myself growing up. I know Lou used to at work. He would tell people all the time, man, this guy, ask him. I hated when he did that because I'm like, one person gonna ask me something, I won't know it. But it's just
Yeah.
you remind me a lot of that. Lou knows a ton of stuff about baseball. That's why he's on. You're not a casual fan. That's what we're talking about, man. You can just flow and switch from sport to sport to sport, man. It's a talent, man. You're born with that.
I mean,
I
okay,
am
fine. Unless it's hockey.
amazed.
Unless it's hockey. We know I can't talk hockey.
No, it's okay.
That's true.
Not everybody's perfect, but seriously, I am glad and humbled to be with you and John today because seriously, I told John and John told me, let's see if this dude knows his stuff and he's not Googling it because we're live. And when I tell
100%.
you, Godini, I promise you, you blew my freaking socks off and I'm humbled.
Godini, what you need to do is get your channel and go forward this. When I was your age,
Guys.
things like you know now, I knew that when I was your age. You know what I did with it? Nothing. Zero. You need to go forward because I just figured
And
everybody.
fix your mic. And fix your mic.
Yeah.
You need a better mic.
Guys,
That I do.
I'm ending this stream. I'm gonna
Guys, as
Godini,
always, I
your presence
appreciate
on
it,
top
boys.
of everything Lou said. I back everything he said, but on top of
I
that,
appreciate
your
you.
presence, knowing you're live, knowing you're on camera. Some people get intimidated by it. You did not, man. So to add on to what Lou said, you did an amazing job tonight. You definitely
I
can come
feel-
on again.
I feel like
As
know
the
for
first
years.
swallow dweller on the stream, yo,
And you were the first
killed
one.
it.
You're like, I'm ready. You emailed me. That's why I said you got to email me. And you did. It was sitting there when I got up this morning. Boom, there was the email. I text Lou. All right, man. this
Johnny,
guy's
I couldn't
coming on.
thank you. Johnny, Lou, guys, I couldn't thank you enough for a hell of a night.
Hey, you'll be back on again. You've earned the spot, man. You'll be back on. And
Hell yeah.
next OG dweller that
I
wants
couldn't
to
thank you
come
guys
on,
enough.
can come on. Hey, man, you can come
I
on.
couldn't
Say-
thank
say
you guys
come on and
enough.
talk.
Honestly, I
killed
couldn't
it.
thank you guys enough.
You killed it tonight, man.
Yes, you did.
I appreciate it, brothers. Appreciate it, brothers.
Academy
You killed
Award
it,
winner
man.
right there.
Absolutely killed it. And
I appreciate it, guys.
definitely,
SB,
brother.
excuse
We
me,
will see you on here
SB
again.
award
Godini.
winner.
I will be
SB
on.
Award winner.
I
SB
think I'll be
Award
back
winner.
on Friday for Yankees Red Sox, man. But we'll talk. Lou, I'll be talking to you and Godini.
Yes.
I'll see
Hit
you
me
on
up,
the
guys.
stream.
It was
All
I
awesome.
right,
appreciate
guys.
it, boys. You guys take care.
Godini, thank you, man. You killed it, man. You killed it.
Lou, Johnny, you guys have a good night, brothers.
Out. Later. And bye, everybody. Thanks for the support of the night tonight, man. Much appreciated to every single one of you. Much appreciated to all you guys. Big shout out to Godini. He absolutely killed it tonight. And
Yes, he did.
yes, he did. Lou, you still there? Good, man. He absolutely killed it. And I'll tell you what, honor to have him on. And any other, the next OG that wants to come on, come on. Come on. Lou will always be on when we have a cellar dweller night. I'll be on by myself a lot because I like to be on by myself at times. And then we're going to have other things on. We're going to mix things up. And that's how we're going to continue with this channel, man. No doubt. Are you? Oh, Lou's gone too. All right. Well, I guess I'm the last one here. Guys, thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that supported the channel tonight and continues to support this channel. Much appreciated. We'll see you guys next time on the stream. I'm Johnny Basement and I am out.